Tell me why you extra little girls. Do you want to tell me why you got an e-girl to give you a cut sign, man? That's kind of weird. Oh, he deafened. Hey,
My
man.
Discord is bugging out so bad. Why can't I hear the call?
I don't, I don't know, bro.
Disable, disable, enable recording sound.
Kumo. Kumo. Does anyone want to tell Kumo that I'm talking to him? I
Enable.
want to have a conversation with Kumo.
Mm,
Uh, Kumo.
I can't hear the
Big
call.
show
This is so
audio.
annoying. Enable
That is not the voice I expected for
audio
somebody.
connected. Okay.
What? This is not the voice that you expected from what?
Not working. There we
From
go.
someone named Little Girl.
Bro, that's the reason I have this show. I have the weirdest tags, bro.
Okay, that is kind of funny. Like, props for
Yeah,
that
On
one.
bro.
now.
I got to mute the drive, so you guys keep going. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Alright. Why is my mic not working?
It is working.
Hello, little girl.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Sure.
Sure. You wanna tell me why there's an e-girl with your name on her thigh?
I've already told you I'm not interested in making a public statement because it's not your business, to be frank.
This is not a public statement. This is a
Then
VCMS.
you've already been given my explanation
I
that you
would
went to
no,
Twitter
no.
with,
My
so
guy, you're claiming there's no context. I would like you to give me some extra context now that there's people in
what
here.
do you mean
I'm
extra
confronting
context?
you about it right now. I'm in the
It's
call with you.
literally not your
Your own's
business,
not in
though.
the call. It doesn't matter if it's not my business or not. It's
It
fucking
isn't
weird,
your
dude. You're
business.
actually on some
Oh, it's weird, dude.
764
It's
X
weird, dude. It's
Cascard type
not your
shit, bro.
business, though.
You ever see some guy going
It
around
is
saying,
literally
I
not your
need
business.
validation,
It has
bro.
nothing to do with
Please
your
put
life.
my fucking name in your thighs, dude. You're weird, dude. You're on some
Yeah,
764 shit, bro. You
I don't even
actually
know
need
what
to
the
fix
fuck
it.
that
It's
is.
actually weird.
I don't
You're
even know half
actually
the
some
terminology
Cascard
you're
kid.
using.
You're gonna have to, bro. My guy, you have a fucking ego, bro. Okay, so wait, hold on. So your logic is right. Let me recount this for you. Igor
Mhm.
once cut herself, right? She wants to cut herself, right? She's in a GC. She's getting pressed by like a bunch of niggas, right? And there's
She's not
this
getting
there.
pressed. She was getting
Nah,
encouraged to do it. She surrounds
okay.
herself with people who enable her.
So basically, what you're saying is you're retarded. She's getting pressed.
Sure.
So listen, what's happening is she's getting pressed. She's being enabled in your terms to do it, and
Mhm.
instead, so your mindset at that point in time is instead of cutting a guy who's a LARP's name in my thighs or in her thighs, why don't you instead cut my thighs because it's shorter? You
Do you know
don't
how to
go
English?
and
Is English your first language?
you don't no, it's not.
Okay, then
You
you might want to
go
learn how to speak it
you
if you're
go
going to
no,
communicate with me in it.
listen. You go, please cut my name in your thighs instead of, oh, I'm gonna diffuse
Those
the
aren't my
situation
words.
instead. Okay, so why is there your name in their thighs? Like, what
The
happened?
reason the whole cutting thing was happening, right, is because she added me to a group chat with these people that were all fucking deranged, right? I was
Mhm.
telling her, I don't like these people, they're fucking weird. She said, we'll just put up with it for now. These guys are funny. Okay?
Mhm.
Then the whole discussion of cutting starts going on. These guys all start talking about cutting, and she's like, "Now I want to cut," and I was like, "No, don't do that." And she's like, "I'm gonna do it." And I was like, "No, stop it." And then she was like, "I'm gonna do it anyway." And so I went and told her in private. I was like, "Please, actually, don't go and fucking do it." She
Mhm.
says, "I'm." She was like, "You can't stop me, lol." Okay,
Okay.
because clearly me telling her not to do something is not going to work, right? So this is how I reached this point where I'm like, okay, well, what can I
She
do
said
to
she
at
was
least
gonna cut what?
what can I?
But
She was gonna
she
cut
was
their
gonna cut what?
names. She was gonna cut
She
their
was gonna cut their
names.
names.
She was gonna
Okay.
carve their names into her leg, and they all
Mhm.
had really long fucking names.
Mhm.
because they were
So
fucking edgy Discord role players. Like they were
you
really
didn't
weird.
you didn't choose disassociation. You chose
I'm not
you
gonna
chose
abandon
involvement.
my friend over self harm. Like I don't know
So
about
you
you, but
rather
my personal values lie elsewhere. I don't abandon shit when my friends are going through a hard time.
your personal value is I want at least you were in that situation. You thought, you know what? If she's going to cut, at least make it short and it'll be my name. That's what you thought.
Not the it'll be my name. At least it'll be
So
short. I don't care about.
okay.
It's not. I'm not into that sort of thing.
Really? So
I'm not into that shit.
why? Really? Really? You're not into that
Yeah,
type of stuff.
really. Yes, that's not something I'm
You
interested in.
swear right hand to God, right
Swear
hand on the
right hand
Bible.
to God that I'm not interested in that sort of thing.
Okay. So, okay, but I also heard that you laugh at people that cut themselves even though you cut yourself. Why is that? What's going on with that
Sorry,
one?
are you referring to when I was in that call with Brion and Gakari and
Mhm.
I laugh at self-harm.
Yes.
Yeah, I said if someone's dumb enough to self-harm and I don't fucking know them, I'm going to laugh at them. Yeah, what about it?
Okay,
Well,
no, you
hold on,
didn't say if I
have you
don't
ever
know
seen
them.
someone like
Do
fucking
you
stub their toe
understand?
or like get hit in the head really hard and you've laughed?
Stubbing your toe is way different than cutting yourself.
Well, but you've laughed at other people in pain though, right?
I've laughed at people that were in little bits amount of pain. I've not laughed at people that cut themselves because that's kind of
You're
fucked up.
whoa. Hold on. So you've never laughed at someone who like is like mentally ill and cutting themselves, or you've never
Fuck
laughed at
no,
someone.
dude.
You've never
Fuck
laughed at that.
no, dude. You laugh at that?
I mean, you're mocking me right now. I'm someone who's kind of like that. Like I've been mocked and fucking
How am I
villainized this
mocking you?
entire time.
Can you tell me how I'm
I've been
mocking you?
mocked this fucking entire
Okay,
time. So I
so
mean, it's
how am I
definitely a lie
mocking
when you
you?
say you don't. It's definitely a
No,
lie when you say
how
you
am
don't
I
laugh at
mocking
like
you? Can
fucking
you tell
people.
me?
You say
No,
you don't laugh at people for that
I'm
shit.
laughing at the fact you made, you told an e-girl to cut your name to her, like, 'cause it's fucking
Sure,
gay and it's weird and you're
sure,
odd, bro. That's what I'm
sure,
laughing at, bro.
sure.
The thing is with you, right? No, actually, as a matter of fact, tell me how I'm mocking you. Okay, tell me how I'm mocking you.
You're laughing currently. You're expressing amusement right now. You're
I'm
mocking me,
expressing amusement at the fact that you
and you're still
told an
laughing.
e-girl.
You're
I'm
clearly mocking
laughing
me.
at the. I'm not,
This
bro.
is you're
No.
like laughing here,
This
but
is
you're
the
also trying to say this is a very
craziest
serious thing
twisting
too.
stories
So
I've
like,
ever
which
seen.
is it?
I'm not
You're in here
laughing at you
laughing,
cutting
but
yourself.
you're
I'm not
audibly
laughing at
laughing.
you cutting yourself. I'm not laughing at you cutting yourself. I think that's a
Right.
very
Uh-huh.
big issue with people. I think self harm is a very big issue. I
Uh-huh.
too used to self harm at some point, and I too think that that is a very big issue amongst mentally ill people. And I just personally don't think that should be seen as jokes, and I think everyone that does see it as joke is absolutely mentally retarded. And if you do
Mm.
make it a joke, and if you do laugh at people that do cut themselves and are depressed, which I no longer cut myself, you do cut yourself. I'm not laughing at you because you cut yourself. I'm laughing at you because you told an e-girl to cut your name into
Did I
her
state
thigh.
that I
There's a
laughed at
difference
her? Did I
between that.
state that I did it? Did I state that she was
No, but do
amusing me
you
when she did it?
understand that if you have a statement out there that says or that goes as follows, "Hey, I would fucking laugh at
You know
any
the
mentally ill person that cuts
you know
themselves,"
the
and then
context of that
you send me a
situation. What
picture,
happened?
and then you send me a
That
picture. No, no,
conversation
no,
happened
that
far before this
happens.
happened, actually.
It doesn't matter. If
Not only that, hold on.
that
Oh, it
shows
doesn't
something
matter.
about your
It happened far
personality.
before. It
That's
happened
that
far
already
before
shows
this.
something about your
It happened
personality.
far before the
If
thing
you
you're
laugh about
grandstanding me
someone that
for
cuts
happened.
themselves, and then you have a
It happened
picture
way
of a
before
cut
that.
sign on your phone, my
It
guy,
happened way
then
before
do
that,
you
and we
not
were talking about
understand
people
that
in
that looks
Meowba's server who
bad?
cut themselves for roles.
I
And I
think
was
it's
saying,
bad that people. What do you
and it
think
was a
I
what
paid
about, and it was a
5K?
what
Why do you think
aboutism.
I paid
It was a what
5K to have
aboutism because
everyone dogs me, bro? Why do
they
you
were
think I
questioning
have,
why I was so concerned with Brion
bro?
being inappropriate with kids instead of like Meowba apparently making kids cut themselves. It was a
Can you
terrible
Wait,
guys
what
take
hold on.
turns,
aboutism.
please?
No. Cause listen,
No, 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 no,
right?
no, 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 no,
No, no,
right?
no, 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 no.
Fucking
Cause
Brion clone right there, dude.
listen.
No, 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 no.
No. Shut the fuck up, bro. You sound autistic.
No,
Listen.
you're literally just going
Nuh-uh.
no. You're so retarded.
Bro. You
You're
make
actually
egos
functioning a lacking.
themselves. You're on some
You're
gas
lacking a
station, bro.
functioning
You're
brainstem. Your mic
fucking
is peaking right
weird.
now,
You're
retard.
fucking
Your mic
weird,
is peaking,
bro.
retard.
I know. That's the point. I'm a loud micer.
All right, you're
Can
trying to
you
be funny
two
then.
hold on? Can you two take turns instead of spamming the freaking mic like a bunch of clowns, please?
Yeah. So what I was saying was I'm not laughing at you because you cut yourself, which is the way you're portraying me, which is completely false and not
No,
true.
but you're laughing at
I'm
me in
laughing.
general.
No, I'm not laughing at you in general either. I'm laughing at you
Oh,
for a
really?
very specific reason. I'm laughing at you because you're a fucking loser for telling a girl to cut herself. Even if you think that's a subjective opinion, your subjective opinion, that that's the morally right thing to do. Because if I will ask anyone, does anyone here think, right, that
They're
instead
not
of,
gonna validate you. Just make your point.
they're not gonna, bro, no normal person says that to a random person, dude. Nobody, nobody, not even
Right.
random person.
I
Your
Okay,
didn't
friend,
tell.
right?
She wasn't a random person,
It was your
dude.
friend,
okay,
right? It was your
okay.
friend, right?
Enough,
It was your friend, right?
enough, enough. You wanted the input of somebody. Here's your input. Neither of you are normal. Kumo's not normal for how he's dealing with self-harm in this case. He should have de-escalated it clearly. Nobody here is ignoring that. As far as his value of thinking self-harm is funny when it's not somebody he knows, subjective value. Hard to make a judgment on unless it's a case-by-case basis. But at the same time, you have doc spins in your freaking Twitter profile. You're not normal either, dude. That's a really dumb hill to try and die on.
Well, that's that doesn't have anything to do with this, bro. I'm a
Oh,
retired
convenient,
dogs man.
right?
I rarely dogs anymore, dude.
Okay,
I
hold
left
on, hold
after I
on.
was
One moment.
investigated by the FBI for swatting
One moment.
Flight 3352,
One
dude.
moment. One moment. All of Kumo's nonsense when it comes to this girl also has nothing to do with the fact that Brion's here, because you're now and whether you want to agree or admit to the
Where's
fact you're now
Brion?
the
Where's
third
Brion?
person.
Let me know where Brion
I don't
is.
know.
Where's Brion?
He's in Spawn.
He's not in here. He's not in
I'm
here.
not done talking. I'm not done talking. If you don't mind, you're the third person Brion's randomly thrown in this server in a vain attempt to make sure he doesn't have to talk about what he did. The third person. You're number 3. Are you aware of that?
I joined this server because I think Kumo's a fucking retard.
Hey, and this is exactly what this server's for. So you're in the right place. You can take the piss out of Kumo or anybody else anytime you want, as long as it's within certain parameters. That's fine. My point is, whether you are aware of it or not, Brion has brought you in here because he doesn't want to answer for simping for a CP distributor.
I'm not disregarding anything that Brion
Cool.
has
I just wanted
done.
to make that clear. You guys go back to fighting.
I've said this to Kumo. Kumo, I've stated this in your DMs. I've stated that I'm not saying that what Brion did is right, and that it's not wrong, or I'm not trying to justify it. It's the conversations that were had between the two should definitely not have happened, and Brion has admitted that to me as well. I'm simply here, right? Not because of Brion. I'm here because you got a cut sign from an e-girl, and it does not matter whether she was 19 or you're 19 or whether it's my business or not my business. That in general, you made it my business when I brought it up and you gave me
You threatened to
context.
fucking dox me over it. Of
I
course you made
didn't
it your
threaten to
business.
fucking
You did threaten
dox
to
you.
dox me.
I
You want me to show
brought
the
up
DMs?
someone else
You want me to
that
show you? You
Brion,
want me to bring the
sure,
DMs up?
show the DMs.
Okay,
I
you
said
literally threatened
whoever
to
said
dox me. I
that is
wouldn't have
getting
said
pasted.
anything.
I
I
said
wouldn't have said
whoever said
anything if you
that.
didn't threaten to fucking dox me.
I said whoever said that is getting pasted. And
Yes.
that wasn't referring to you. I was referring to the
No,
person
I'll show you
who
your
Brion
messages. You
was
clearly
referring
implied that you
to.
were going to dox me.
At the
You
end,
said
I implied I was
you were
going to
saying
dox
you
you.
were suggesting that both me and you were going to dox both me and Chilled Venom. Let me go up and pull it up.
I said whoever. Actually, both. Yeah, I did say
Yeah,
both.
you
Yeah,
said you were going to do it to
I
both.
said both.
So you implied
Yeah,
that you were going to
but
dox
I
me.
didn't. No, I didn't imply I was gonna dox you because I didn't know you were the person responsible for the cut sign. So what are you talking about, bro? I didn't know
You
that up until
I
you
told you I was,
told
and then
me.
you continued.
Did that
You
happen
continued.
before? Did that happen before or after the fact?
You
I
no no
said
no hold on.
whoever
You
said
then you
that is
said if I
getting
don't
pasted. No, no,
answer
no,
you,
no.
and then
Shut
you
the
said if I
fuck
don't
up,
answer you,
nigga.
you were clearly
Nigga, shut the
threatening
fuck up.
me.
Hold on.
You're not
Shut
going to
up. Shut
shut
up.
me up. You were
Shut
clear.
up.
You
Shut up.
threatened me
Shut
multiple
up.
times throughout our
I
DMs. I'm not
threatened.
going to
Yeah,
shut
I
up.
did threaten
You're
you. I
actually
did because you're
fucking
fucking
retarded. You have
weird.
no
Because you're
plausible
fucking weird.
deniability
Because
here.
you're fucking weird. You
Because I'm
make
weird.
e-girls
Because
cut
I'm weird.
themselves,
Because I'm
dude.
weird. Because I'm
You
weird. I didn't
you
make her do
fucking
shit. I didn't make her do
you
shit.
told her to
I didn't
cut
make her
your
do anything. You
ass,
fucking
bro.
brainlet.
You're fucking weird, bro.
How
You're
I
actually a
really I
weird
want to know. I
object,
want to know
bro.
what the
You're an
shape.
e-girl
I want to know the
exporter, bro.
size and shape
You're a
of your brain
fucking
right
weird
now.
faggot.
I want to know the
You're a
size and
fucking
shape of
weird
your brain, and I
faggot.
want to know if you're. I want to know if you have a brain stem too. I
My
didn't make her do
brainstem is pretty
anything.
large. So is my brain itself, bro. I got
Oh, it
plenty of brain
is. It
cells.
really
Trust me.
is.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
really big, bro.
I
Trust
wonder if
me. It's
that's due to
bigger than you think,
humidity.
bro. Look, man. All I'm saying is The fact your name
All
is
you're
in an
saying is you're
e-girl's
trying to
thigh is
grandstand me
fucking
after
weird.
threatening to fucking
I'm
dox
not
me.
grandstanding anything. That's the only
You're trying
argument
to
you have
grandstand
against
me
either
after
you,
threatening. You literally extorted
against
me. You
either.
literally
I'm not
threatened to dox
extorting you
me.
out of
You
anything. I'm not
threatened to
extorting.
dox me,
I
and then
threatened to dox you.
you
Fucking
threatened to
weird. And
release,
actually, as a
and
matter
then
of
you
fact, you
threatened
are
to
getting
threaten
pasted
to
because
release
I'm bored.
information to
I
the
haven't had a
people that you were
target in like 4
suggesting
months. You're
dox
getting
me.
pasted.
You
This
were
guy's getting pasted, guys. This guy's
he's
getting
announcing
pasted
to
a
the he's
pin.
announcing to Senate he's dox me. Let's go.
Woo! Look, man, you're fucking weird for having your name in an e-girl's
You're
thigh. That
fucking
is weird.
terminally
You're
online. You are
odd.
chronically
I'm
online, dude.
not
This shit isn't even your
terminally.
business.
I'm not
It
terminally
literally isn't
online.
even your
It doesn't
business.
matter if it's
It
my
isn't your
business or not.
business.
You brought it up to me
It's
after
not
the
your
fact.
business.
I
You brought it
mentioned
up to me.
you
You brought
made
it
it
up
my
to me.
business. You made it my
You brought it
business,
up to
bro.
me.
You made
You
it my
made it your
business.
own business. You asked
Everyone's
me about
calling
it
you
after
weird
threatening
for
to
it,
dox me.
man. I'm hearing some
You
mad
asked
coke
me
right
about it
now.
after
You're
insinuating that you
actually
were gonna
this
dox
nigga's
me.
so
Of
retarded.
course.
Hmm?
You asked me about it after insinuating that you were going to dox me. You have no
No,
plausible
that's not true.
deniability.
Actually, you know what? What happened, right? Was I said whoever said I brought up the cut sign, right? At this point in time, when I brought up the cut sign, did not know you were the person who received the cut sign. I did not
I
know
told
that.
you I was, and then you said that you were going to
You
dox
didn't
both
tell me.
people.
No,
I
no,
told you I
that's not.
was. I
Pull
told
up
you
the
that it was
DMs.
me that you
Pull
were
up the.
referring
I'll
to.
pull up the
I'm
fucking
pulling
DMs
them up
for
right
you.
now. I'm pulling them up right now. You want to put them
I'll
in
pull
spawn
them up for
verification,
you.
guys?
Let's see.
Oh, I can't type in spawn verification. I'll just put them in VC context then.
At this point in time, I asked you, was he the same guy that wanted a cut sign from a minor? I'm not sure, lol. Wait, what does cut sign mean?
And I said she
Name
wasn't a
cut out.
minor. And I said it was
Someone I
me.
was really close with did that, but she wasn't a minor. Doesn't matter, cut sign is a cut sign. You told me someone
Mhm.
close to you did that, right? You didn't
Yes.
tell me that you were the person who received that cut
Received
sign
that?
from that person.
Hold
Receive
on.
it.
When you say
You
received,
didn't.
I need you to clarify. When you say received,
You
are you suggesting that I had her do it and then send it to me, or or receiving is just her doing my name?
Her doing your name. Both. Both. It could be both. I didn't know either you had your name in her thigh or you had a picture of your name in her thigh. I did not know that at that point in time. I didn't know that you had any connection to that event. You could have just stated, "Oh,
I
someone
think it's
close to
kind of
me."
clear. I think it was
You could
kind
have
of
just
clear
said.
that I was
You could have
suggesting it
just
was
said.
me.
You could have just no. That's a suggestion, bro. It literally, bro. The
Well,
thing is,
both
right?
whoever said
You,
it is getting pasted. Let me find that. And I said the age play statement, both cut signs and age
yes.
play.
Mhm.
Hold on. Let me find it because you literally insinuated you were gonna dox me.
Both cut signs and age play. That's right. There's some needed context to the cut sign, though.
I'm failing to understand something you don't even hold on. I'm failing to understand how something you don't even know the details of
And
warrants getting doxxed. You want to give
that's
me
when I
some context.
realized that
You already knew I was talking about me,
no,
that I was
that's
referring
when
to
I
myself.
realized it was you. You want to give me some context, and I
And
realized it was you.
you still continued to suggest that you were gonna dox me though. Like, there's no
Yeah,
plausible
definitely.
deniability.
After I realized that you got a cut sign from an ego, because that shit is
You just
weird.
moved the goalpost because you were just not a second ago you were denying this.
I was denying what?
You were denying that you were threatening to dox me.
I was not denying threatening to dox you. I made it very clear that you
Things
were
this
gonna get
call has taught us
fucking
today.
doxed.
Encouraging self-harm is fine as long as it's not a long name. No, Rosie, I'm not saying it's fine. Mocking those who self-harm is fine. Um, I said I would laugh at someone if I don't know them. Ableism is subjective. What the fuck? He admitted himself that he finds self-harm subjectively funny. Literally, like, it doesn't mean I'm inherently gonna laugh at everyone who self-harms. And on top of that, I said that before this entire thing went down. So
Yeah,
that doesn't
still
mean
shows about.
that doesn't mean I
Still
had the
shows.
exact same. That doesn't mean I had the exact same belief the entire time.
Oh, really? So it
Oh,
just happens to be you, just you that
you know,
changes
it's
with
funny when
the
I bring up
fucking.
how things are oddly convenient for you guys. You like immediately try to downplay that. So I love how you're trying to do that to me.
Nothing's convenient for anyone. I'm just bringing up the fact that
Mm,
you like e-girls cutting your name into their
still
thighs, and it's
fucked
weird.
Kumo.
Yeah, you are
I'm not
weird.
saying what I did was a good decision or that it was justified. I'm not saying like I'm not
Yes, you
saying I
are.
was
You
being I'm not
literally
saying I was a
you
fucking you can
tried to
shut up. I'm
morally
literally responding to
justify it in
them.
my
I'm responding to the peanut
DMs.
gallery. You can hold your tongue.
You
I'm not
nigga, shut
saying
the
I'm a
fuck up.
fucking
Hold
hero.
my nuts,
Shut the
nigga.
fuck up. You're on my dick right
Hold my
now.
nuts,
Literally, you're in
bro.
another man's
You're
business. You're in
on
another
my
grown
dick, bro.
man's
It
business.
doesn't
You're
matter
obsessing over
whether
another
it's
grown
my
man's business.
business or not.
You're
The bit
obsessing
you
over another
made
grown
it.
man's private
You
affairs
made
right
it
now,
my
bro. It
business.
is not your
You
business. You
made
made
it
it your
my
own
business.
business. You inserted
You made it
yourself
my
into this.
business
I
when you
didn't make it your
explained to
business.
me
You
the
reached out
fact
to
that
me.
you had
You
an
reached out to me and
e-girl
inserted yourself
cut
into this
your
and then brought it to
name
the and then
into
you
her
brought it to the
thighs
public
like a
because you wanted to
fucking
turn this into an
weirdo.
internet drama.
You
It seems
sound
like
like
you're
a
doing this for
weirdo. You
clout.
sound
I
like a
don't understand.
retard.
I
I'm not
really
doing anything
help
for
this make
clout. I have
sense.
more
Make it make
clout than
sense. It's
your
not
entire
clicking with me.
family. I don't give a fuck about clout
It's
or
genuinely
load a
not
thing.
clicking
Your
with me how
entire
you're this
fucking
delusional.
family
You're
tree.
extremely
I'm not
detached from
delusional.
reality.
I'm not detached from reality.
Both these kids suck.
I'm telling you no.
Hold
I'm
on.
telling you, my guy,
Things do not add
that
up. He's not proud of it, finds it regrettable, yet he uses it, has banner, keeps it, and keeps the picture in his gallery. The fuck?
yeah. Why do you still
I
have
didn't
that
have
picture?
it in my gallery. I had to go dig it up in the messages of someone else who fucking tried to like confront me about this.
That's a
On
fair
top of that,
point.
it was in my banner because she asked me to keep it in my banner.
Okay, so
Hold
you did
on.
enjoy it
Uses
to
it.
some
I
extent.
use it? What do you mean I use it? The fuck?
So so
In
so you
terms
liked
of
it to some extent. You used
in
it as your
terms
banner. If you didn't like it, you would have just said no. That's not good. That's
you
not
think hold
okay.
on, are you suggesting that people might not do things that they don't like or don't want to do just for the sake of their friends?
So what you're saying is you folded to an e-girl.
Okay, sure.
Nigga folded to an e-girl.
Sure.
Nigga.
Personal attack,
Yeah,
crazy.
pretty
Good point.
submissive
Good
boy.
point, bro. Good argument. In terms of knowledge of the personal information of this girl, blank no, I don't know what that means. Knows where she lives to contact the parents, authorities is unknown to me. She and I, she's a month older than me. We're both legal adults. We're both consenting adults.
It's fucking
Kumo,
annoying.
Kumo, why did you say you're not proud of it? Asking a mentally ill girl to cut your Why did you say you're not proud of it, asking a mentally ill girl to cut your name on herself, and yet use the picture as a banner? It was on my banner because she asked me to. I'm really trying to understand the logical fallacy here.
Okay,
Hey y'all,
the
what's the
logical
TLDR? I
fallacy
just okay.
is you say that
What's the
you were
situation?
backed into
What's
a
the
corner.
situation in a
No, no,
public
no, no, no,
server?
no. Let me say
Uh,
something real quick. Listen,
you can hold it.
you
You
said
can just write it down
no,
on a
no, no.
sticky
Hold
note.
my
I'm
nuts.
reading chat
No,
because
no, no, no. Hold
these
my
guys
nuts.
seem to be
Listen.
these guys seem to be the public opinion right now, and I want to make sure that
Oh,
nothing gets
really,
misconstrued.
really?
Also,
Because
of course, we're
you're
gonna be on your ass,
definitely.
Kumo. What you did was pretty fucked up. I can understand if you disagree with my choice. I disagree with my choice. I
You
wish
were
there was.
backed
I
into a
wish I would have
corner.
had a
Poor
different.
you.
I wish I
Guy
had a
was
different.
backed into a
I wish
corner, but
would have
then
came to a
used the
different.
picture as his
I
banner,
wish I would have
bro.
came up with a different solution at the time, but I was on the
Bro
spot and
didn't choose
it was what I thought. It's what I thought
dissociation.
I
Bro
could
wanted
do.
that cut sign out of that
Why would anyone
situation.
egg self harm in the first place? Because the people that were initially, hold on, you have a button to you to hold on. You have the mute button to use Kumo. Oh, you're right. Hold on, let me mute him real quick. Okay, so you
This
have
is so
proof the e
funny.
girl asked you to use it as your banner.
This is
You're
so
asking me for proof. Fine, hold on. Let me see if I can get her to say it to admit it.
Bro used this cut sign as a banner. He must have gotten some enjoyment out of it, dude. It's not like he was extorted into it. The fuck? Actual 764 shit, bro.
Going on here? Kumo, if you're free, I can have a talk with you because I really want to get your side. To me, it's fucked either way. I'm not at all saying like I was a hero in the situation, dude. Like I don't get me wrong. I really wish I would have came to a different conclusion, right? Like I don't like the idea of my name being in her leg. Like and obviously scars aren't always permanent, so it'll
That's why I
fade over
used it
time. I
as your
just don't like the
banner.
idea of that being
Uh,
engraved into her, right? Like I'm not into that shit. Like it was on my banner because she asked me to keep it on my fucking
mm,
banner.
mm.
Um, no shit, I'm asking for proof. If you're gonna say you did something that grotesque, then I want you to show me exactly where this mentally ill girl told you to make it your banner. Okay, we'll give her a second to respond, or give her some time to respond. I'm still recording, Black Rose, if you need missing footage of anything. Hey, little girl, shut the fuck up. You're interrupting and it's annoying.
Wow, man. Hurt my
I'm
feelings.
lost / angry right now. Lost because I don't know what's happening, even after reading the chats, and angry because these two fuckers can't shut the fuck up because interrupting. I think you guys might just want to fucking mute them. Oh, what the hell? Is anyone else in the call right now? Just making sure I didn't get disconnected. Not unfamiliar with being put in uncomfortable or impossible situations and make a choice that has no positive outcome. I just take these things as learning experience. Don't get me wrong, like in the future, I'll definitely, if anything, I'll probably just sit by idly because I figured at this point, no matter what I would have tried to do, it just wouldn't have morally been fucking correct. So, um, I thought at least trying to minimize the amount of harm being done.
Who the fuck booted my shit offline, dude? Probably Yoda.
If let's see. Oh, he's deafened, bitch boy. Hope everyone's smiling for the camera. Hold on, let me see what's going on. I'm not interested in like actually like entertaining somebody that's just open, like just fucking announced to everyone in here that they're gonna fucking dox me. So I mean, if anyone else in here would like to take the stand, I think it would be a significantly more productive conversation than this fucking retard that's admitting to talking about how he's gonna commit a crime because I did something that he doesn't because he I did something that he thinks is weird, and he thinks I'm just genuinely a shitty person when I mean I'm telling you I didn't have any fucking malicious or fucking icky fucking motives or intentions. Let's see. It got quiet. Is my mic not working? Can someone confirm for me whether my mic is working or not? No, it's working. Okay. Um, you guys keep bickering and talking over each other like a couple of territorial birds. I have him muted, so if he was talking at the same time as me, my bad. Um, annoying. Honestly, both callers in the best to get both callers in the recording. Anyone else in the call? Well, you guys keep bickering and talking over. Where did she ask you to make it as a banner? So I'm talking to her right now, and I guess she didn't. I thought it'd be funny to rebel your friends, but like. Okay, I guess she didn't tell me to put it on my banner. I could have swore she did, though. What the fuck, Kumo? Was there an or else? Dude, I'm telling you, I could have swore like she was like she told me that she wanted me to keep it on my fucking banner. Like, I don't. I think you guys knew me before then, and you probably knew I wasn't that kind of edgy fucking person. And I definitely like. I'm telling you right now, I'm not like I wasn't fucking proud of my decision, and I literally disavow it. And I think I've never denied that it wasn't the smartest fucking decision, and that I wish I could have came up with another solution, right? I think I even said that the first time when fucking Nil came in here and confronted me about it, right? I didn't force her to do anything. I didn't threaten her to do it. I didn't fucking make her do it. On top of that, like, as I've written before, I've got plenty of those. Um, that's not good, dude. Was it in a VC? Yeah, it was in a group chat, and we were calling in a group chat. And like I said earlier, I'm not sure you guys were here for this, but everyone in the group chat was telling her that they were all talking about self harm, and then she said, "I want to cut." And she was like, "You know, I should cut someone's name. Who wants me to cut their name?" And they were all going, "Me, me, 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 me." And I was like, "Cut my name." And that part got clipped out of context at one point, and then I got confronted for that. And like literally my thought process when I said my name was literally like I have the shortest name in the group chat. Okay, she can't possibly make this into a massive fucking like it would probably realistically I was thinking this is going to be the shortest name. This means this is going to be the least amount of harm she deals to herself. And I wasn't thinking, "Oh, I'm saving her. Oh, this is the right thing." Or like I don't think that at all. Like I personally because like I told you, I was trying to tell her that like these people are fucking weird and that she shouldn't be self-harming. Like it was the solution I came up with on the spot. And that doesn't mean that like I'm exempt from criticism. You guys are fully within your right to like disapprove and disavow. I disavow it. I don't think anyone should ever like make the call I did, and I don't think and I would rather I think I've learned from it personally. um he's quiet now because he's deafened. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, group chat. I thought you said it was in a server. No, it was in a fucking private group chat. It's literally not everyone's business either, and I hate how this keeps fucking like. Okay, I guess yes, they saw it on my banner, but like, the only reason that I even gave context in the first place is because when people saw it on my banner, they immediately started making assertions and fucking coming up with their own narrative, which made no sense. No, I mean, did she ask you to put it in your banner in a VC? Well, it that's the problem, right? It would just be fucking hearsay. I recall her telling me that she wanted me to keep it there. I don't think she told me to put it up, but I think when I put it up, she told me to keep it. But she's saying she doesn't. She's saying she was trying to discourage me from it, and so maybe I'm just remembering wrong. So that like literally just take that with an entire salt shaker. Like I'm willing to fold on that, but I don't like me personally. My values and like me as a person, it's super out of character to like actually believe that I was into this sort of thing and I was like proud of it. It's inconsistent with everything I've said and everything I've done, including, fuck, why is it so? Why did my headset just turn off? And how and like just my track record, it's not very consistent. Um, it just doesn't add up. It's saying my microphone isn't working. Has someone been talking?
I can hear you. Uh apparently
Hello.
little girl is deaf and muted.
Okay. Well, I'm interested if like Coyote or Peaches want to like confront me and ask me questions. I'm interested in having this like dialogue with you guys, but I'm not going to continue talking to the person that's like like openly threatening to like dox me and
I
like
mean,
lie about me to people that would dox me under that impression.
I don't know what I would be confronting you on that one. Like I like I've been here on and off mostly because I'm getting DMs from people
Mm.
right now. There's shit going on, so like
Motherfucker, why did you make it your banner then? I'm still not seeing the banner. So wait, hold up. You put this up for funsies, and she laughed and said, "Keep it." The mentally ill girl. You could have stopped from cutting herself. I could. Sorry, I couldn't stop from cutting herself. You'd have to read the context. I didn't put it up for funsies. Like I put it up there because I thought she would. I thought it would please her. And you can have your own criticisms of that too if it's fair, but I think it makes complete sense that like I would of course be making unorthodox decisions with good intentions with someone's best interests in mind. You can complete. I think it's completely fine to have your criticisms of that, but I would appreciate it if you guys wouldn't be fucking attacking my character because that's the impression I'm getting here is that I'm being called a bad person when I didn't have intentions of them. I didn't. The last thing I wanted is for this person to be fucking hurting themselves. So it doesn't make any better though. Can I talk to you in regular table? I do have a few questions. I mean, sure, I'm down to do that. You guys cool if I go to
well, no,
regular table then?
let's just stay here real quick just because I at least want to read through
Not
this
you
shit.
hateful, by the way. Okay.
I want to read through this context so I can at least understand what the hell's going on here.
All right.
Um It might take me a minute, so just I guess keep responding in the meantime to the VC context chat. But like
Okay.
before we move, I want to be fully up to speed, and I might have questions. I don't know.
Okay. Sassafras, I don't think anything makes it better, but it definitely changes the tone and the tone of the of like not the argument, but the tone of like the confrontation, because what really seems to be the big kicker here is saying that I'm a bad person, that I'm fucked up, right? Maybe are we just gonna are we gonna have to like adjust our word choices, because I really don't appreciate being told like I'm a bad person when I literally like I didn't even like the choice I made. Not even in the moment, I didn't even like it. And like again, it was clipped out of context, but I swear to God, if you would have seen how I was like talking afterwards, right? You wouldn't have these preconceived notions that I was like okay with this. Not only that, right? There's like me having it in my banner is not enough for you to suggest that I was like I thought it was funny or it was cute,
Well, why did you have it as a banner?
because I thought it would please her. And you're fully welcome to criticize me on that. I welcome that.
Okay, so I just read where hate tagged me.
And
So I'm just making sure that I understand this correctly. Um, there was a girl who had a history of being suicidal, and they were told to cut themselves. Yeah, this was in a group chat. I take it, right? That's what you had said.
sorry, come again?
It was all in a group chat, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, the whole like name cutting thing was in a group chat. That's where it happened.
Okay, so my question at that point is, instead, um, instead of telling them to cut your name because yours is the shortest, why wouldn't you just try to stress to them to get help instead?
I've Coyote, I've done that. I was actively doing that.
All right. Well, even then, I guess what I'm not understanding is that why why were you willing to make a compromise like that instead of sticking to your guns and telling them no, what you need to do is get off the call and actually
Well,
talk
I
to
don't.
somebody.
Getting off the call personally, I'm not sure if maybe I didn't hear your statement correctly the first time, but the reason I didn't like just dip from the situation is because I felt like the last thing I should have done was abandon my friend in that situation, because clearly my friend is struggling, and clearly someone needs to be the canary telling them, hey, this isn't right. And I was trying to be that canary, and then when it was like, okay, she's about to like inflict some serious self harm, like harm upon herself, I just fucking panicked and said, "Do my name instead," right? Like that's just what happened. I'm not saying it was like I'm not saying it was a smart decision. I'm not saying it was a justified decision, but it wasn't like a decision I made out of malice. It wasn't a decision I made with like fucking icky horny motives or like a mute. Like I thought it would be funny, and that's why I told her to do it, right? I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. I can completely agree that it was an unorthodox decision, and I don't want to like make. I don't. I will heavily, um, I will heavily avoid making decisions like that again. Panicked,
All right. So
funny,
I
bro.
I
I said I
under
didn't think it was funny.
yeah, I want to clarify. He said that he didn't think it was funny for everyone in chat thinking like just to clarify that one. But anyway, I understand that in those kinds of high pressure situations, it is very difficult to find the right decision. Um, without the benefit of hindsight, because it's a very different mindset you're in those situations. Um, that said, I
So
do
unorthodox, a
think
bad word. Sorry, did I use the wrong word to describe that?
I do think what you had done was, to say the least, highly inappropriate. If we're putting it,
Yeah.
charitably, we're going to call it highly inappropriate. There's a lot of other ways to describe it. Um, I think the correct answer would have been telling them, if not just to get off call, go to a one-on-one call with me and we can talk about what's going on. One of those things where
Mm.
you could have controlled the situation without other people trying to pressure them into doing something to mutilate themselves. I don't know who else was in that call. I don't know what they were trying to push them into doing. Either way, though, the correct response in those situations is, if not talk to somebody in your real life, come to a one-on-one call with me where I can try to help you and talk to you about what's going on with someone who cares about you. One of those situations.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think it was absolutely, and I'm going to be completely
Yeah.
blunt here. I think it was an absolutely stupid as fuck and highly, you know, there's no good way. I think it was just a completely fucking retarded decision to make that your banner in any regard. If that had been a situation that I had been in, there would have been
For
no
anyone asking in
circumstance.
chat, I'm not saying I panicked when I made it my banner.
Yeah,
I panicked
there
when I
would
told her to cut to do my name instead.
there would have been no circumstance where I would have ever thought making it a banner would have ever been anything that you should have done.
I
And if
agree.
I were, and that's in my opinion, I don't even have like words for that one. That was
I
completely
can agree.
idiotic. Um, yeah, no, the way that I'm looking at this one is just if I'm being as completely charitable as I possibly can be about it, you made a series of incredibly bad fucking decisions. And
Yeah.
I think that you owe that friend a very serious apology because you really let them down in that situation and you let them down
Yes,
hard.
I've since apologized to her. This is what I mean. This is something that's like not everyone's. This wasn't even meant to be like public discourse. Like the only reason I've elaborated and like like spoken to people about this shit is because it was in my banner and they saw it, and I felt okay. I guess I should explain because people are already coming to like their own conclusions and like they have their own narrative. Welsh said, "You say you did all this out of panic. I didn't make my banner out of panic. I was trying to like get her approval. I was trying to like validate her. I wanted to please her, and that's a completely separate thing if you want to criticize me for that. But that has nothing to do with my motives. And just because it was on my banner doesn't mean it was like I was into it. It was something that she was clearly into. I'm sure we've said things. I'm sure we said things that, to people who have certain interests about their interests that like to get their approval on certain things. I'm a dip. What is and isn't public, the public issue isn't really up to you. It's a nothing argument. Um, what is and isn't a public issue? It was my private fucking business. It's not really like you guys wouldn't have known about it had you wouldn't have known the like what really went on or like what I did or what she did if I hadn't like elaborated. Like it was kind of not a public issue. It wasn't everyone's business until they like started asking about it. You could have moved on with the
Yo,
rest of your day without asking about it.
what?
Um,
What's going on?
wasn't supposed to be public. Why make it your banner? Again, because I don't think my Discord profile is a public platform that I'm like preaching to and preaching on. I don't think my just because I have a Discord account that it's like a public. It's like I'm making something public for putting it in like my bio or my profile picture. Um, what I'm getting is you wanted to please her by putting the aftermath as your banner in order to have her stop cutting herself. Okay, maybe let me try and like break this down for you. I wanted her to stop by any means, by pleasing her and trying to get her to like me more so that maybe I'll have more influence and maybe next time I tell her not to fucking do it, maybe she'll be less likely to do it because she cares about what I have to say or what I have to think. Of course I would want to do things to make her like me more, right? I don't understand like I mean maybe it makes more sense after I explain it, but I don't think it this equals this. Like that's not my thought process. I don't think like that. If it wasn't supposed to be public and talked about again, why did you talk to little girl? Because little girl was threatening to fucking dox me.
That's not
Um,
true.
uh,
That is
the
not
little girl
true.
account about the cut sign to begin with, because those screenshots that started the conversation. It takes two people to have a conversation and you engaged. I was being threatened to. They were threatening
I
to
was
fucking
not
dox me.
threatening to dox him. That's not
There was this
true.
doxing thing. They were literally threatening to fucking
That's
dox me.
not
Of
true.
course I'm
That's
going to speak.
not true.
I knew about it because of Neil, the issue of the banner, and it triggering someone else. If I were her, I would be confused. And then told me not to do it. Oh no, if she's confused, like yeah, it would be reasonably so, but like it's not really black and white like that. Like I made a bad call something that like if I wasn't fucking freaking out and I didn't know what else to do, I probably wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have said. I wouldn't have told her to do it. Of course, it seems inconsistent, but it doesn't mean just because it's inconsistent that like that we can now question my motives or my intentions. Maybe you should have left. Maybe you should have left numbers to some hotline for her to call if you couldn't help. Um, I personally have spoken to those hotlines, and even though I have my personal opinion they didn't help, yes, I have told her to get help. I have told her to tell her roommate, to tell someone she can trust, to go seek like help. I've told her to call the hotline. In fact, I've even asked her, I was like, hey, could you just give me your address then so I could at least send you like a wellness check or something? Right? And she refused. I tried. I'm not saying this is the first thing I fucking did.
It's okay, bro.
I've tried.
For that. We
I
should-
resorted to even
we
more
should-
unorthodox shit afterwards that I don't feel like is everyone's business and that I should have to like explain about after. Hold on. Even if it was just a bad decision, even if it was just bad decision after bad decision, there was no evil intent behind it, and it's extremely poor. It's extremely poor execution of judgment. I can agree to that. My dude, you're a content creator. You should know certain things like lines of privacy are not there. Private conversations only go so far, especially when you're instigating. And I'm using this term lightly as to how your opposing side saw it. I understand when you say when we're content creators, we kind of throw our privacy out the window, but I've taken measures to maintain my privacy. And on top of that, I'm not some large creator that is expected to have people fucking stalking them. So.
Look at the remote please unrated. That's sad.
What's up, Fractured?
You can see the 15 to 17 and the 12 to 14.
Oh, it's not.
I
I
can't
didn't think
hear
my
you.
mic was on.
Oh,
I didn't think my mic was on.
oh, my bad.
I was server
You
muted
didn't
here
finish the
before, so
statement. Can you show me where a
Harry,
little girl wanted to dox you? It's literally go up in VC context. You can see them suggesting that they were going to dox me. And then later on they threatened
Just
they threatened to say
because
particular
I
things about me
doxed Meow,
to a group of people. They were gonna tell a group of people, right? It was very clear like these things had implications. They're gonna say that I extorted this girl. They were gonna go tell a bunch of people who don't like extorters that I extorted this girl. It's very clear. Like the conversations are all very malicious. There's no plausible deniability. There's my brother in the back. You can send it back. It's buried in all the comments. I'll reply to it, so you can read it.
Crunch can't.
Okay.
The fuck?
Okay, reply. Let me find the other one. There's some other instances where I was threatened, but these are like the first fucking instances where I was threatened.
I didn't threaten you.
You have proof. The girl asked you to use it as your banner. I've already said I guess I guess I'm wrong about it, but I don't have proof because what I do remember was verbal. So you can say I'll concede to that, but like literally like it doesn't prove that my motives were like that. That doesn't prove that like I had those motives, that I was like fucking like I thought it was quirky or funny or cute. Lamau, hold my nuts. Who the fuck is this person? There's more messages. Okay. That it wasn't even a screenshot from what I read. They were being what I read. So they're being another. We're missing because I don't see dox threats. Just you warranting getting doxed. Do you know what pasting means? Do you know what getting pasted means? Are you feigning ignorance?
On dogspin.com
Yeah.
/user synchronous.
Yes, this implies doxing. So on Doxbin, they call when doxes are called pastes. That's what pasting means. I
But at
uncertain
this
your
point in
uses.
time, you did not
I didn't
know.
see it
I
being
did
something
not
that was
know that
that is
you were the
necessary.
one that got
Okay,
the
it
cut sign.
implies doxing. Yes, it heavily implies doxing. On Doxbin, the website that
I
is linked
was
in their
I
Twitter account,
wasn't even referring to this
doxes that are
kid. I
posted
didn't
are
even
called
know he had a
pastes.
cut sign at this point, bro.
So when you say someone is getting pasted, I don't think that little girl knows Kumo muted them. Oh yeah, I've been had him muted. I'm
Oh
not gonna
yeah.
talk to him. He threatened to dox me. It's literally, he has no intention of having a productive conversation.
I do. Tell him I do. Tell him I do.
Can't understand either of you. You should just mute him then.
Tell him I want to talk to him like a normal individual.
Here, you know what? I'll just ask real quick. Should I just call you little girl, or do you have a name you prefer? Like
You can call me Sink.
Sync. Okay, Sync. Okay. So, what did you mean when you said pasted? Like, I'm just clarifying this. Like, okay.
So basically, what happened? I went into his DMs. Someone, well, Brion had brought up to me. Somebody had received a cut sign or laughed, and wanted a minor to cut their someone's name into their thighs. And I brought that up to Kumo. I asked, "Is that the same person?" When he was talking about chilled venom. He did not know that, and at that point in time, I did not know that Kumo was the person that received the cut sign from the e-girl. And then I did in fact say yes, the whoever said that is getting pasted, including the other. I don't remember what it was, but yes, they're getting pasted, which does imply doxing. But I was not referring to Kumo at that point. But afterwards, he did admit, by sending me a
Okay, if you'll take a
paragraph.
look here at the portion I
He
highlighted,
did
I'm not
admit
sure if they're still
Hold
talking. Are
on,
they
that
talking Yodi?
Kumo, yeah, they're
Okay,
still
my
talking.
bad, my bad,
Let them finish.
he
my
did
bad.
admit
I can't
that
hear him.
he was the one that got the cut sign, which is when I realized, oh, this is the
Here,
guy
yes,
that I
before
have
Sync
to
and
dox.
Kumo had anything to do with cut
Because getting
signs.
cut signs from e-girls is weird. Like Ego and I pawned half of 764 is extortion cult, and they make e-girls cut themselves, and it's fucking weird as shit. And
Hold
this
on.
is what I
Before,
wanted to tell Kumo is whenever
hold on. Let me
someone
just.
tells you and shows you that one individual
Okay, he's done.
No,
He's
no,
says
done.
he's still going. He's still going.
Oh, I
he
muted
said,
him and I can't hear him. Oh, hold on.
then
I turned his volume down. Okay.
I'm
so
sorry. Please
basically,
continue.
if someone says I'll laugh at someone cutting themselves, and then I text that person and then they admit that they're the person who've received the cut sign, then I mean, is it not logical that your thought process would be, oh, this guy's really into girls cutting his name into them? I
No,
get that it might have been like, even if it was like it was a bad call, you can call it a bad call, but it's still weird,
look,
you know?
yeah. I just want to clarify right now, and this is just to make sure that I have everything straight on this one.
Mm-hmm.
When you made any kind of threat about doxing, it was before you knew it was Kumo. So essentially, it was
Correct.
a non-specific threat, and you did not realize that
It was
Kumo was.
not. I wasn't referring to Kumo. I was referring to the person who I didn't know who it was at the time, but whoever was the person that did receive the cut sign.
Yeah,
I
it
would have
was a
fixed
knee-jerk
that.
reaction out of anger for the situation, if I'm
Yes,
understanding it. Okay.
because well, in general, I dox people that extort, which is because like extorters are odd. Extorters are weird.
All right, I
Weird, weird,
just wanted
weird.
to clarify that because to me, it's one small point that does make a lot of difference, whether what you knew and when you knew it. So
Yes, of
knowing
course.
that you made the threat before you knew who did it is kind of important to the story.
Yes.
Well, actually, Coyote right here would kind of suggest that he'd been informed and still doubled down. So,
You want to show me where?
I just posted it in VC context. Let me post it in
Here,
spawn
I'll copy
verification.
and
No, I
paste
can't
it.
post it in spawn verification.
I
Okay.
will do that. Don't worry. I will
Okay.
copy and paste it into Spawn.
This is after the fact that I told you that I had that you were probably. I mean, I didn't say you were probably talking about me, but I said something that was like in parallel to what you were referencing. And I don't think we can really feign ignorance here. You were
Let's
talking
see.
about you came to me, the
I
person
mean,
who you said was twisting shit about Brion,
yes.
and you said you brought up something that like
Can
Rexy
I
literally
interrupt
asked me
you for
about
a second?
yesterday.
so I can like bring up the screenshot here.
Uh-huh.
So you can read the DMs. It says here I
Yeah.
asked. This is where we were talking about chilled venom, right? I asked you, was he the same guy that wanted a cut sign from a minor? And you said, I'm not sure, lol. Wait, what
I
does
said
a
I'm not
cut
sure.
sign mean? Yeah, you said you're not
Oh,
sure.
because I didn't know what
So,
cut sign means.
yeah, so I didn't know that you were the person that got the cut sign from the girl after you sent me that paragraph, which actually surprised me that you sent me that paragraph. So you said, I'm not sure, lol. Wait, what does cut sign mean? Name cut into one's skin. Someone I was really close with did that, but she wasn't a minor. LMAO. Doesn't matter. Cut sign is a cut sign. That could have been interpreted the way I interpreted it, which is, oh yeah, well, someone I was really close to, they cut someone's name into their thighs, but they weren't a minor.
I
Just
said that
bringing
they
some.
did that.
Yeah, but that doesn't say
I said
someone I
someone
was
I was
really
close to
close
did
with.
that, but they weren't a minor.
Yeah, but
Wait, hold
you
on. I want
didn't
to clarify.
specify.
I want to clarify one
Can
thing
I
that
say
matters.
something real quick?
I
You
think this is
could have
important.
said something that would have specified it.
I want to hear
You
what
could
Coyote
have
has
said
to say because you're
someone
literally
I was
repeating yourself right
really
now.
close to did that for me or made me a cut sign because you didn't specify that it was you who received it. I didn't know you were the person that got it.
Well, I also that's what I wanted to clarify here, where it says whoever said that is getting pasted regardless. That actually that kind of clarifies right there that that little girl did not know. I'm sorry for calling you little girl. It's very strange.
It's
Uh,
yeah, I think it's fine.
who that it implies right there that they did not know who the individual was, and like that sentence alone, like just in the DMs, whoever said that is getting pasted regardless. That right there clearly shows they don't know who the person was, but this is how they feel about that person in general, which and they also bring up a decent point, which is that there was no specification that you were the one who got it. Like even if you specified that they were a friend of yours, that this person was you're really close with, there was no specification that you were the one
They
who
cut
got that
my
sign.
name.
Right. That was never specified,
Well,
and
but it was further. Hold on, no. But they further. Here, actually, let me post this too, because it was kind of clear. Like I can hold on. Let me just go ahead and do this. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, you might want to mute this so that you don't hear any echoing. Okay. All right. So let's go up to the top, just so you guys can see it. Is anyone in here? Is everyone in it?
Yeah,
it's not loading for me. Let me try one more time.
All right.
Taken.
yeah, it's not loading.
It's not loading. Okay, let me restart it. Oh my goodness, this shit is so frustrating. Come on. It's buffering for me too now. You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna be level with you right now. Based on what I'm seeing in those DMs, and I could be mistaken. I don't know what I don't know, but based on what I'm seeing off of the available evidence, it does give me the impression that he did not know it was you specifically, and this was a non-specific threat towards an individual that he did not know who it was. It was not
Well,
a
I thought I made it pretty clear it was me, especially because I was like elaborating after because he like. Hold on. I'll just screenshot it then because this is so fucking annoying how it won't let me screen share. Um, I've gotten complaints. Fucking hell! Why can't I just screen share this shit? We close. Maybe if I just close some applications, then will it work now? Oh my god! I'm gonna join back. It's not letting me fucking screen.
Pa.
Kumo leave?
Yeah, he kept joining and leaving and joining and leaving.
I think I might have to unmute him then, because I think he lost his ability to actually talk in the chat.
Yodi, in the chat, Kumo's saying that he has to restart his PC, so.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Well, then I'm going to take this opportunity to take like 15, 20 minutes, go have a smoke, throw some laundry in, shit like that. And then I'll get back
Yeah.
here and I'll start trying to moderate as best I can. If that's fine with both of you.
Mhm.
Like, I'm trying to be as even-handed and fair about this to make sure that there's like an actual discussion going on. So if you guys want me to
Yeah.
shut up, though, I will shut up. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure. I don't mind. Yeah, you do, man.
Alright, I'll be back.
Hello? Hello? Is my mic working now?
Yo, yeah, what's up?
All right, hold on. Let me go back to. All right, is everyone still here? That was gonna show the.
Coyote's out smoking right now, but
Okay, who's willing to keep track of this so you can give Coyote the TLDR later? We're waiting for Coyote.
I don't have access to VC content. Anyone willing to give me access? That would be
What?
much. I can't read VC content.
That's fine.
Can't read any discrimination.
It's a perm thing. Hope it goes well. Oh, okay. I see. Yote said he'll be back. I was going to say, who was that? Fair moderator or fair mediator? Mediator for the convo. Yeah, who's gonna mediate then? Or we're waiting for Coyote then? Are we gonna put this on hold for Coyote then?
Yeah.
Alright,
I mean, you can explain now, and I'll explain to Coyote again later.
sure. Um. Okay, let me go all the way back up to the top. All right. So complaints about you go on as such. Not. I haven't, but please continue for clout. I assume. I know these individuals, so that's not true. Stating these I observed in the screenshots is already publicly available. Lamau, which part did I twist? My guy, he engaged in convos he shouldn't have. Yeah, literally dodging the point. Not pressing him to apologize. Yada yada yada. Same guy. Oh, okay. Hold on. He engaged. Apologize. I know more than most niggas. Brion's not into age play, by the way. Also, Brion has literally interviewed Tofu about this situation. Ask him. I said, I'm not pressing him to apologize. I'm taking the
So
screen.
who
I'm not
was?
taking the screen. Hold on. I'm not taking the screenshots out of. You said who was?
Mhm.
I believe Lio said he should give everyone an apology. But that wasn't me. Not pressing to apologize. I'm not taking the screenshots out of context because the context was never provided. Tofu also showed me her chats and the conversations appeared out of nowhere. I also never stated that Brion was into age play. I believe you're referring to Chilled Venom. I corrected Chilled on that. Was he the same guy who wanted a cut sign from a minor? I'm not sure, lol. Wait, what does cut sign mean? Name cut into one's skin. Someone I was really close with did that, but she wasn't a minor, Lamau. Doesn't matter. A cut sign is a cut sign. K lol. So you clearly you knew that like
You
doesn't
knew
matter.
what?
You were like replying with doesn't matter a cut sign. Ooh, cut sign is a cut sign. Like you
Yeah,
you were like
Katana is a Katana, dude.
yes, but this was in response to me saying that like you might be referring to me.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were referring to yourself, dude. Let me know how that message.
Okay, lol. Whoever said that is getting pasted regardless. Age play statement, both cut sign and age play. There was there was some needed context to the cut sign though. I'm failing to understand how something you don't even know the details of warrants getting doxxed. You want to give me context. Okay?
Hmm.
Here's where I give you the context. Person that was doing it with someone I was trying to get to stop self-harming. They were in a group chat, yada yada yada. We've already read over this. So you told a girl to cut her name, cut your name into her because she cuts. Said because it was the shortest name in the group chat, and I didn't want her self-harming. Hold on, and I didn't want her self-harming. So if she was gonna do it, if she was gonna do it, I'd rather it not be something as bad as what it was going to be. Literally just trying to say I wanted to at least like reduce the amount of harm that was going to be done.
You could have
She was
diffused the
she was
situation. You
gonna.
could have
There was no
dismissed.
diffusing it. I'm sorry. You can do your whataboutisms. I agree that it wasn't a good decision, and I'm not gonna make a decision
It
like
was
that
a
again. And that
stupid
it was a
fucking
bad
decision.
decision. I can agree it was a dumb decision. But it's like you can criticize me in hindsight all you like. It's not gonna change anything. That doesn't make me a bad person. She
I'm
was
not
gonna cut
saying
the
it
same.
makes you a
She was
bad
gonna cut
person
some
for
long ass
hurting.
Discord LARP into herself. If I hadn't, I would have preferred that she didn't cut at all, and that people didn't discourage her, but I couldn't control the situation. So instead of diffusing the situation or trying to get her not to cut your name into her, you told her to cut your name into her. You didn't text her or just turn off your device. Didn't DM her and hold on, didn't DM her private or call her. Instead, told her to cut your name into her. Literally assuming that I didn't try this already. Crazy, right? Where'd she cut? I tried though. It didn't work. That's why I got to that point, bruh. I was fucking cornered. So you so then you leave so then you leave her be you leave her be. Don't get a cut sign out of it. What nigga? You didn't get cornered. Well, crazy, right? Someone who can't figure out an option. Oh, they're not cornered. Someone who can't figure out what the
That's
right thing
not
to do
being
is in that
cornered.
situation is.
The right thing to do in that
Someone who doesn't know
situation is
what
to
someone who
leave
can't
the
figure out the
fucking
right
group chat, dude.
decision.
It's a
Someone who
stupid
can't
call to
figure out
make.
the right
Leaving the
decision. Someone
situation
who
is the
can't
right
figure out the
decision
right
to make.
decision. You could
If
eat
you're
my dick.
hanging,
You can
my guy,
continue to eat
if
my
you're
fucking dick.
hanging
You
around,
need to hang
okay.
yourself. You can eat my fucking dick.
If you're hanging around people that cut themselves and you're getting put in those types of situations, you're so retarded to the point that it's better to just leave the GC. It's a stupid call, and I'm glad you realize it's a stupid call.
I've never
That
said it wasn't.
yeah, you're trying to morally justify it in my
I'm
DMs.
not trying to
Literally,
morally justify it.
read the
I'm
DMs.
telling
Read
you
the
you're fucking
DMs.
wrong because you're trying to call me a bad person
Because
over it.
I'm not calling you a bad person. I'm calling you a weird
You're
person.
saying it's weird. You're saying it warrants doxing. The fuck?
Yeah, definitely.
Why do I deserve to be doxxed? I'm not some
Because you got
scumbag
some
that's telling
girl
I'm not some
to cut.
scumbag that's
Because you
actively
got a
doing this thing
girl
like I
to
have these
cut.
values.
Because you told a girl to cut your name into her thighs. That's why.
That doesn't
Yeah, it
justify
does.
trying to dox me. It really
Yeah,
doesn't.
it
It really
it
doesn't.
really
You're
does.
extremely
It
fucking
really
deranged.
does.
You're
I'm not
really fucking
extremely
deranged.
deranged. You're
You're very
fucking wicked.
deranged.
You're very weird.
You're
And
the
you
one who
know
wears
what's weird?
you're the one who wears like doxing on yourself like a badge. Like
I
you're the
don't
one
wear
who's
doxing
fucking
on
weird,
myself
dude.
like a badge,
You're the
dude.
one who's extremely weird.
I don't wear doxing on myself like a
You wear it
badge.
like a fucking badge.
I don't
You
wear it like a
proudly
badge.
proclaimed in here
Where?
that you were gonna dox me in here, just in front of
Yes.
all these people too.
Yes.
Like I don't understand how
Yes, I am.
you're lacking in self awareness to this degree.
I'm not lacking any self-awareness, dude.
You are
I
lacking a
know that.
ridiculous amount of self awareness.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm
I just
not.
want to.
No normal person thinks
No, I'm
revealing
not.
information about people they're mad at online is like a rational thing to do.
I think revealing
You
information
have
on people that
malicious
are
fucking
absolutely
intent. Like you're,
retarded.
I think you're so. I think
Definitely.
where's the detach? I'm trying to figure out where you're detached from this part where it's like
I'm not detached at all.
you're doing hold on. You practice.
I'm hearing.
You
I'm
participate
hearing
in
some
malicious
coping.
practices that you know result in that result in negative
Good.
repercussions for people.
Yes.
Okay,
Wait,
I can
can I
understand if you doxed fucking EDP or fucking like hypnotist Sappho, but you're trying to use that same. It sounds like you're trying to
Do
use like
you
a similar
wanna? Do you
justification
wanna
for
go
me.
to my Dogspin page real quick and
You
see
doxed
who's
Meowba,
pasted?
right? You said you
Mhm.
doxed Meowba. I don't care to look at their personal information.
It's not on my Dogspin page. It's on Hall of Autism.
Hall of Autism.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So you're actually admitting that you do. You do post people's public info publicly.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I had to clip that real quick.
I'm not the one recording.
Whoever's recording, that's fine.
Of course it is. It's not like you had to say.
Never said I had to say, bro. All I'm saying is that you're fucking weird for telling an
Sure,
e-girl
sure,
to
and you're
cut your name into her,
and
and
you're
you're
fucking.
mad over that,
Oh my
man.
god,
Like,
and you're so fucking righteous, right? And you're just so
yeah,
righteous. What?
yeah.
Hold on. Have you doxed Brion?
No, I was going to
Why
with
haven't you
Cloak.
doxed him?
I was going to with Cloak, but that was like
Oh, but you
how long
didn't.
ago?
Why not though?
No, it was well, the thing is, right? Me and
Hmm.
Cloak were going to dox him,
Hmm.
but then Cloak and I broke up as friends, and then yeah, I just started talking to Brion. It was cool, so I didn't
Oh,
dox
so
him.
now you just kind of became cool with the guy that flirts with CP distributors.
I mean, I'm a CP distributor. You want to
Oh,
know
you're a
who
CP
really bought the?
distributor?
You want to know who bought the nudes for Mialba, dude? Do you want to know who bought Mialba's nudes, dude? That was me, dude. I paid the nigga a nitro
All
gift card, dude.
right. I don't think I need
It was
to
like
have a
10
further
bucks, my
discussion
guy.
with you guys. So
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know. I think I don't know any mods in
I think,
chat.
I think,
I
I
don't think
think,
this needs
I
to go
think,
any
I think.
further. You can do what you need
I
to
don't
do,
think, I
but
don't think.
I don't think you even
I
need to
just
be
want
in
to
here
ask.
right now.
I just wanted to
Nah.
ask something. Which did someone ask someone to hurt themselves intentionally?
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Which
my
one?
man, Kumo.
Oh
What
boy,
the
we're gonna
fuck?
oversimplify it. Oh boy.
No, what's the context where you'd be like, "Hey, can you like
We've
write
just been
me
going
and
over
put
this
it on the
fucking
leg?"
context, and of course, I'll just let the person who's blatantly been trying to misrepresent everything and
I'm not
blow it out of
misrepresenting
proportion.
anything. You know what I
You've
did is
blatantly
I
been
So
trying
called
to
did
you out on your
someone
misrepresent
bullshit.
everything, dude.
did
You've
someone
Called
blatantly
you
been
on your
trying to
self-harm?
bullshit,
Yes
and
or
you're
misrepresent
no?
trying to
I
everything.
spin a
have
narrative on me, and it's absolutely
absolutely no
retarded. I
background.
called
I'm
you
just
out
amazed
about the
that you're
fact
still
that
in
you
here
had an
after. I'm
ego.
just amazed that you're still in here after proclaiming that you've bought CP. So
Yes,
I'm just waiting on this one. I'm waiting on the boot to happen at this point. You
you're
can
waiting on the
continue.
boot to
You're
happen.
gonna get muted. You're gonna get muted by me. So I mean, if you want to ramble to these
Oh,
guys,
he
that's
muted
fine.
me,
But
guys. He
I'm gonna wait
muted
on
me.
you to. They're gonna. I'm waiting on them to grab the hook and yank you off stage at this point because you just
I
proclaimed to
Oh
everyone that not only
no,
do you dox people, um,
guys,
proudly
dogs
of course,
people's bad
you
now.
also bought and distributed CP. So
Yes,
I literally have no need to fucking talk to you any further.
bro's mad. Bro's coping. Bro's molding over the fact that he fucking
yeah,
So
I
told
have
an
fun with that.
I'm
e-girl
new to
to
all this.
cut
I'm
his name into her. I can't, dude. That's so funny.
I'm
And you're trying to
very
be so,
new
he's
to
trying
this.
to
I
be
have
so
no
righteous. It's
background,
so
so I
Are
was
you
just
stupid.
asking
asking.
for an elaboration?
I did. I just really worried. Did you actually ask someone to hurt themselves intentionally?
The context is that like it wasn't even like a choice that I wanted to make. It was just the fucking dumb decision I made because I couldn't think of what else to do. It wasn't like I went to this person and told them to carve my fucking name into their leg because I wanted them to do it. There's a whole entire there's like an entire like elaboration that has to go with it to like explain how it even happened because how it happened literally changes the tone of like what I'm
But
being
they just
grandstand
did it on
stood
their own.
for.
You told them explicitly not to do it, but they did it anyway.
I told them not to do it, and then they expressed that they were going to do it anyway, and so I just told them to do my name instead because they were going to carve someone else. They were going to carve someone's name into themselves that day. So I decided, me having the shortest name in the call, that at least there wouldn't be as much harm caused. She wouldn't be inflicting as much harm on herself as she would if she'd be carving someone else's name. So it wasn't a smart decision. It's not a decision I stand by. Like if I could go back in time and decide try and figure out a different approach, I would love to, but
Yeah. At
it's
least
not
you
like the way
remember that
it's
wasn't
being
the best
painted.
decision. And that kind of says way more about your character than the other guy.
Mm,
Fucking proudly proclaims that he doxes people, and then oh my god,
definitely.
I'm just amazed you were aware that someone's recording the call and you just proudly proclaim that you've bought and distributed CP. That's fucking
You think I
beyond
give a
me.
fuck, dude?
That's beyond me delusional.
Bro thinks I give a fuck.
Wait,
Bro
fucking
thinks I haven't been
god.
investigated by the FBI before.
It's like trying to claim a moral high horse when there is
Yeah,
none for you. Alright, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you for elaborating. I was worried for a
yeah,
sec.
fine. I mean, well, it's not fine. Like I don't know. I want to make sure that people know like I'm not trying to justify my decision in any sense, but I don't want it to be. I don't want this scenario to be like described in a way that it really wasn't. Let me Control Plus zoom back in so I can read these. Meowbuzz 18. We're waiting for Coyote, please. Phone, so I can't comment otherwise. Why do I feel like they're making it worse for themselves without Yote there to moderate? What? Are they a new server
I'm back.
member? Welcome, Yodi. We've just uncovered a bit about our guest Yodi.
What's going on?
They just proudly proclaimed not only that they dox people, but they have bought and distributed child porn. So
Oh fuck.
yeah, just proudly proclaimed, even after suggesting that people are recording. Kumo, you can stop the screen share. Yeah, my bad. I didn't see this earlier. That's probably why they haven't been given roles. Might be why.
That was a shit show.
Yeah, did they leave?
Well,
Why
I
did they left?
server muted
Yes,
the,
they
I
did. Or-
I server muted and deaf for them, and then they left. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
was
don't
about to
understand
put
how.
them.
Yeah,
I was
no, sorry
about to
about
put
that.
them in the rank. I was about to put them in the rank or pit because I was like, yeah, whatever you think about what Kumo did, and like Kumo, I'm sympathizing with you in that scenario, even though I think usually you're
You
really
don't need to sympathize
retarded.
with me. Like, I think I fucked
No,
up,
no,
and I definitely want to be held accountable for
yeah,
that. But
I know,
I don't
but
think it should be like
I
publicly
mean,
lambasted.
yeah. Like I mean, but that we have had this discussion before. But I'm saying, whatever you think about that, as soon as the guy said, "I bought and I shared child porn," like, I'm sorry, like nothing that you did, like in this context, in this call, will outmatch that. And if anyone is trying to bounce it back to whatever you did, it's gonna be so fucked. So I was just gonna put him in the rankle pit and deafen him,
No, wait, seriously,
like
what the hell
because
did I miss?
fuck
Can
that guy.
somebody type out verbatim what was said? Like, I feel like I missed something really big.
That guy, little girl, who came here to talk shit about Como, or I think that was going on. I just arrived in this call from the fucking gym, and the first thing I hear him say was like, "Yeah, I bought CP and I shared that shit."
He said he said, do you know who the person who bought the nudes from Yalba was?
Wait, hold on. Is Meowbot 18?
No, they're saying like oh, no, so the whole thing was like being it's really retarded. Like this is an entire iceberg, and so it's like funny how he like brought that up. But he was friends with Cloaked, who also was a CP distributor. Um, but he said that he's the one who bought the nudes of who they thought was Meowba, but was really Peachy Cub, who's a minor, still is a minor, and was a minor at the time. She was a 14-year-old girl. But they were like buying around and sharing her nudes, and everyone was saying that she was Meowba, but they're two entirely separate entities, two different people. And so I think I saw someone say, "Well, Meowba's 18, not whatever, not 15." There, he was saying that he bought them from bought Meowba's nudes, but Meowba's nudes weren't the ones that got like posted around. It was Peachy Cub that was in this situation. I actually went over that in my second video on the subject. Share some little girl convo with him. Little girl said he bought and shared CP before and he didn't care and was being recorded because he got investigated by the FBI before. Oh God, this recording I'm doing is going in my archive. I know, right? I think you guys perfectly fine to like look at me differently or like criticize me for it and like tell like you're right. Like I agree it wasn't a good decision and I wish I could go back and like change that. And I actually agree, Yodi. You're right, man. Like she did deserve an apology, and I did apologize to her, um, a long time ago. And this is something that like pales in comparison to the rest of my interactions with her. And so, but it just happens to be the only thing that got released to the public. Like she's there have been interactions between me and her where like she did some really fucking terrible things, but I'm not gonna like out that because it's like it was between me and her. It's not for everyone else to know about. You know, his wacky twists and turns. Who the hell is this guy? This is the person we're talking about. The person right there that like um, I was I really like I promise you guys, like I had nothing but good intentions. Like I had her best interests in mind, and I really I do feel like I failed her. So I mean I'm not at all disagreeing that I made a mistake. I can't stress that enough. I just don't like I don't like I don't like the terminology like you're fucked or you're shitty or you're like you're weird or like I don't like being characterized, and I especially don't like when it gets fucking when you when you like not generalize but sum it up. It just sounds so much worse than it really is when it gets summed up. Could we just find a more accurate way to like TLDR that shit? Because it's like, do we know how old little girl is? I don't think we ever asked their age, unless they like said it earlier while I had them muted.
All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll catch you later.
You
All right.
definitely sound like an adult man. Like I don't like assuming things, but definitely did not sound underage, but you know.
I'm still of the mindset that your guilty conscience is what that whole it doesn't matter thing got blown up. My guilty conscience. I don't think I understand what that message means. Right, Kumo. If you want to talk, you can go to regular. If you want to talk, I can go to regular table. Sure, we can talk about it at regular table. Does anyone else in here have anything else to say before I go? Okay. All right, I'll move over. Like we laugh at things that um, typically aren't really like widely accepted or even normal. And so when we talk about like me saying I would laugh at someone if they were self-harming and being stupid and if I didn't know them. First, I don't really stand on that anymore, especially since like the experiences I've had since in that, like after I like expressed that. I definitely don't stand on that, but as well as I don't I wouldn't go up to someone who I know cuts themselves and just like laugh in their face. Like I'm saying, I would laugh um, in the same sentiment, like because this is the conversation is completely like unparalleled. Like we laugh at people who like eat shit for Discord roles. So I said I would laugh at someone who's cutting themselves for Discord roles.
All right, so
So that's
I'm
kind
gonna
of the
cut in
way I
here.
saw it.
I'm gonna cut in here. I know it's rude.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Come on, I'm gonna ask you a favor right now, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not doing this to mock you. I'm not doing this to be a bitch. Genuine favor.
Okay.
Go and get some water.
I have water.
Well, take a couple of fucking gulps, my man. Genuinely.
Do I sound dry?
You sound like you're about to. And I feel like a couple of sips of
I'm
water will
fine.
help you.
I'm fine.
But yeah, my point is not only is it a highly sensitive subject, I do know it's a server for people that wants to be kind of hassles just a little bit. But when you say it's a private matter, you have a banner of it and people brought it up, and then you said you laugh at self-harm. I hope you do
You
understand
see
why people
optically,
will be
yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
kind of fucked up.
I've just got in here now. So the last thing that I heard before I left the call to go to the doctors is that you find random people self-harming funny.
I think we just explained that,
Yeah,
but
well, I just got here, as I said.
so the conversation they were referencing was when I was talking to Brion in that one confrontation call I did with him, and they brought up a whataboutism of why are you more focused on Brion when Meowba is making minors cut themselves for Discord roles, which was a false statement, but that's nevertheless. I said in the same way we would, in I guess to generalize, in the same way that I would laugh at someone for eating shit for Discord roles, I would laugh at someone cutting themselves for Discord roles, and that got heavily
That's
taken. That got
no.
heavily taken out of context, and this happened months. This happened months prior to what we're talking about today. So I don't even stand on that statement, and I think if you
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
criticize me for it, I can agree that it wasn't
No,
really.
the thing is, Kumo, when I said I was here to hear you say it out of your own mouth, I mean I was fucking here to hear you say it from your own mouth. You didn't say, "Oh, I laugh at people for cutting for Discord roles." You said that you laugh at random people who self-harm, and then when the other person called you a sick fuck for it, you were like, "What? You don't laugh when people like fall over and hurt themselves?"
Mm-hmm.
In the same way, I laugh at people who cut themselves. That's what you said.
Sure.
So don't start this bullshit to me when I literally came in here.
You're talking about last night,
I'm talking about
the call
what you
yesterday.
said. I'm saying about what you said today in this call.
You said today.
Yeah, you said it today in New Guys
Sure.
when that little girl was here.
Yeah,
Sure.
you
Well,
did
just because
compare it to
I was trying to
something you're
invalidate
told.
the point doesn't mean that I
So when I
necessarily.
no, but the
Go on.
thing is,
Go on.
Kumo, when I come in here to have a conversation with you and I say that I've just got back, you don't start off with, "Well, we just discussed this," because when I say I just got
My bad,
back,
then.
I mean that I just got back. Two, when I say that I heard you say it before, so I gave you a chance to already not lie to me because I literally just heard it. You chose to lie to me anyway.
I
So
lied to
we'll
you?
start. Yes, because when I
I was
came
under the
in,
impression you were referencing. Them saying that I laugh when they were saying that I laugh at people who self harm. I thought you were referencing that, the context to that.
no, I said when you said it yourself.
Oh, my apologies. I wasn't aware you were referencing that. Okay.
Well,
Then I guess that was
like-
contradictory. My bad.
yeah, it is contradictory because you can't be upset with people smearing you for laughing at self harm because there's context, but then you yourself think that self harm is funny anyway. Because I don't believe the whole self harm is subjective to laugh at bullshit, because that applies for jokes, not to people who actually are trying to hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you said in the call before that this person's your friend, you know, the person who you said to cut your own name into?
Yes, they
That's
were a
your
close
friend,
friend.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So would you appreciate other people mocking them for having suicidal ideation and
Of course
self-harm?
not. I don't agree with that sentiment. Of course not.
So why do you laugh at other people? Because they're not your friend? Because you didn't say,
Mhm.
I laugh at people who diddle kids who self-harm. You didn't say, I laugh at people who fuck dogs who self-harm. You said that you laugh at random people who self-harm because it's the same way as people laughing at people who trip up.
Yeah, that was a bad comparison, of course.
So I'm just trying to understand here why you think that the context of, oh well, my name's shorter, so it's fine, is going to justify it. Do you know that
It doesn't
you and
justify it.
us, that you
Peaches,
had
it
a
doesn't justify
choice?
it.
You had a choice. You could have gone in to this situation, and I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt of you're young. You're 18. You're an adult.
I'm 19.
People.
Continue.
Oh, there we go. 19. My apologies. What I mean
No need
is
to
that you're an
apologize.
adult.
Yep.
You're an adult. People who
Mhm.
were 16 didn't
Mhm.
say that unless they were malicious fucks. People who they're
Mhm.
13 also don't say that unless they're also genuinely going through self-harm situations and they do it themselves and they don't know what to do and they don't have a parent and peer pressure. A 13-year-old, you're 19. So, I'm going to ask why you thought going to your friend who is clearly spiraling and saying, "We'll do it with my name," is somehow a better thing than to say, "People care about you, do not do this, I care about you, blah, blah, blah."
Because saying people care about you, do not do this, I care about you, don't do this, wasn't working.
Yes, sometimes it doesn't, but you don't then
Mhm.
concede and go, "Oh yeah, fucking cut yourself."
Okay.
I have a question, Kumo.
Yeah.
Have you ever spoken about this situation to your friend after it happened?
Yes, we've spoken about it extensively, and I even apologized to them after.
Did you apologize for using their cutting as a banner for your Discord? I asked you a question.
No, I haven't apologized to them for that.
Maybe you should, because that
Mhm.
seems like you're bragging about it. Because
Yeah,
you do
Okay.
know, I'm gonna lay it out for you right now that this isn't a little whoopsie daisy.
Sure.
This is someone who has scarred themselves for a very long time. And also, not only is it physical scarring, but it's psychological scarring that their friend would say, yeah, you know what, I'm getting bored telling you not to do it, fucking do it. I'll say right now,
I didn't get bored telling her not to fucking do it.
I don't care. I don't
All right,
care.
you don't
Because
care. Okay.
I don't,
Let's get
because
that
I
out of the
heard
way.
enough. I heard enough for the
Mm.
first call, so I'm sat here right now. This is how it's going to seem like from her perspective.
Oh, so
From
now
her
we're
pers-
speaking for people.
I'm
no,
speaking
she's
as
showing her
somebody.
side.
I'm
That's it.
I'm speaking as someone who also self harms. Laugh it up all you want. I'm a
Welcome to
random
the
stranger
club.
on the internet.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, and yet you didn't like it when little girl was saying it and you thought they were laughing about your self harm, but you'll laugh at others. So I'm saying if you want to laugh,
I
whatever.
don't stand on
But
that
I'm
sentiment, but you
Okay,
can
one sec.
continue.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to cut in here real quick.
Mhm.
Kumo, I just want to point out, right? Aaron isn't trying to speak for someone. They're trying to explain how it will come off. That's one thing I need to know.
Okay.
because I'm speaking from
Alright.
someone. I'm
Aaron,
speaking from
please.
someone. Yeah.
Please. Like, Kumo, I need you to understand that because I'm not gonna sit here with the whole usual kind of shtick of, oh, so you're doing this. No. This is a serious conversation, and I'm
I'm
much prefer we
very
keep it
aware it's
serious.
serious, but I mean, when we make statements like "I don't care," I've heard enough. Clearly, it's not that serious.
Yeah, because I was going to come
It is
in a
serious.
lot more lenient, but then I heard the other call. I was sat in
Mm.
there, and I heard you
It
saying
is.
you don't care about, like, you find it funny when people self harm. So I'm having to get a lot
I
more
never
serious with
stated that
you.
I find it funny.
Yes, you did. But anyway,
Okay.
Okay, fine then. Fine. Say, okay, I did. Sure.
I can send
proceeding
you the
on.
call if you
We're
want
not getting
to.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I want to say my final thing on this is that
Sure.
as someone who has had someone say go do it, someone who would sometimes say don't do it, and you spiral, and then they say, you know what, do it, whatever. That was when I was 16.
Sure.
I still remember that, and it still fucks me up. So I'm not talking from this specific person, and I'm coming into specifics for her. I'm saying that things like this aren't just something that happen for 1 second and then it's over.
I'm sorry, I don't want to cut off, but Breno, whatever, is a new guy right now. The dude that flirt with CP distributor.
Yeah, they're knobhead. And another thing is that I'm not standing here defending the people who are bringing this up to drag you down. But at the same time, I'm not going to be lenient with what you've done just because other people can use it against you. That's on you. If someone has got dirt on you because you do this shitty stuff, you can't expect people to bend over backwards to try and downplay what you've done so other people can't use it against you. You have to think forward on this stuff.
I'm not asking anyone to downplay it. I'm asking it to be told like it is.
I'm talking to you as it has been told because I heard what you said. I've heard all the context. It doesn't change it. It
doesn't make
change
it better, but it does definitely change it. On one hand, I'm not saying you guys, like as you guys are specifically, but on one hand, there's the narrative that I think it's funny and that's why I did it, or that I just stopped caring and that's why I did it, or that I'm fucking malicious and sick and that's why I fucking did it. When in reality, I made a really poor judgment call and I don't stand on that call, and I have said things in the past that contradict my beliefs and I don't agree with them. Okay, I'd rather just be told like that rather than like all these assertions that are being made.
But you
These
said it an hour.
characterizations that aren't
One sec,
accurate.
Aaron, let me. Kumo, I'd like to just one thing. You are taking hypotheticals as statements and accusations against. I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm out in the fucking rain.
Rip.
But yes, indeed. But you are taking fucking scenarios that are hypotheticals to try and explain how something can come across as a pure accusation. In this case,
When did I make a hypothetical?
with the whole.
Well,
Aaron literally made a hypothetical earlier.
What was my hypothetical?
Not your hypothetical.
Oh.
But as well, you're saying statements that you made in the past. You said an hour ago that you find people cutting funny. Not
I don't
years
agree with that
ago,
statement
not
then.
months ago. You said it an hour ago.
I'd really like to rehear my words so I can understand.
Well, I'm pretty sure someone
Not
has.
understand, so I can fully recognize my contradiction, because I'm not.
Well,
I'm not very familiar with what you're referencing at the moment.
okay. Well, I'm pretty sure someone has recorded the call of you saying
Sure.
it was funny. Someone saying "what the fuck" and you saying, "Well, don't you laugh at people hurting themselves? Like it's funny."
I thought I was
It's
saying.
the same as people. It's the
I don't
same as
think those
someone
were my
like
words,
tripping up.
though. That it's funny.
Yes. You actually re-clarified it a couple times, but it's okay.
Oh.
Someone's probably recorded the call for you to hear.
I'd
But
like to go hear my words again.
But I
'Cause
don't want you
I don't agree
saying
with them.
to me.
Well,
That
actually, Kumo, one sec, because I recall you saying that you placed it as your banner. Now, this is in this call, right? I
Sure.
recall you saying you placed it as your banner because she found it funny, or that you
No,
found it
not
funny.
because she
Because
found it
neither one of you-
funny. Not because she found it funny, because I was trying to please her.
Well, there was the word funny used in that context as well when it was being used.
I don't recall. I don't recall I said it was funny. I actually was trying to state that I didn't think it was funny. Because, I was reading. Hold on, I think you're referencing, because I do remember someone was assuming that I thought it was funny, and that's why I did it, because I was reading VC context. And I might have been quoting what I was reading, but I never said I thought it was funny.
No, you said you find people self-harming, like random people self-harming, funny. Now, I don't know. Like you've said you did it to help your friend. Do I think that you helped your friend? No, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you thought that you were helping your friend. What I then want to ask is, if you don't stand behind you telling your friend to cut yourself, and then you genuinely don't want your friend cutting themselves and scarring themselves for potentially life, with your name written on them, that's perfect. Why would you then put it as a banner? If you don't stand behind it and you don't find it funny in any way.
Because she finds it funny, and she has a fetish for it, if anything. Not only that, she has a bad, I don't want to call it an addiction, but she has a habit of it. And so it was something that you can say this was, I even said earlier, this is open to criticism if you want to criticize me for it. But I was trying to please her, because that's something, those are things that she believes in. Those are things that she's interested in.
So from your perspective, Bloomer's saying that that's not what happened, but I'm going to go with what you said first. I'm going to say what you said first, so we're having a conversation. I'm just reading the chat. But if that's genuinely true, you're saying that you're enabling that behavior. So if your friend is cutting themselves, finds it funny they're harming themselves, you're enabling it by laughing along with them and joining in with the joke.
I wasn't laughing along with her, but yes, I did. Yes, I did join in on the joke. The way you want to put it, yes, I did join in on the joke, and I wonder if it would be a really tough concept to grasp, Rosie. That maybe if we want someone to like us, maybe it's because we want to have more influence over them, so that maybe, right, just maybe, if we aren't assuming that I'm actually. I don't know how you're trying to paint this, but maybe if we aren't assuming I'm what you're trying to say I am, right? Maybe I wanted to do that so that next time I tell her not to do something, she might care enough to listen.
Why would she believe you when you encouraged her the first time and joined in on jokes on her cutting herself?
I didn't join in on jokes on if you're saying by joining in on jokes of her cutting herself, I'm by putting it in my banner, that's inherently what I'm doing, then okay, but I didn't.
That is inherently
I
what
wasn't
you're doing,
openly. I wasn't openly or like indirectly. This was like the only instance where I ever told her to fucking do it. And in fact, whatever, dude.
Because if you're actually genuinely sorry about it, that's fine. And I hope that you actually take this into consideration. And I hope to God that you're taking what I'm saying is into consideration. Because I'm going to be harsh with you because it is a serious situation. And everything that I've heard is pretty fucked up. And I don't want to coddle you and make you think that, oh, baby, it's fine. It's all subjective
fine,
and
yeah,
it's all
go on.
happy and it's all funny jokes, whatever. I don't care. I want to come in here and say, this is fucked up. This is how the real world will treat this. And if you're then going to say, and if you take what I say and learn from it and know that you shouldn't be enabling this stuff, you should say no. And you should even just try and it would actually be safer to distance from people like that if the only way that you're able to communicate with them is through enabling their behavior.
Yeah.
And this is what you need to do because, like, I don't think you are coming in to hurt your friend, but you are still hurting your friend through what you're doing.
I can agree.
So you need to find a way where you're doing it where you're not enabling her. And if that means cutting her off hardcore because sometimes people will not listen, you have to do that because it is so much better to look after yourself
I can agree with that now.
than to be enabling them.
I can agree with that now. At the time, I didn't think that would be the right thing to do because I felt it would be worse to abandon her, like just leave my friend out to dry while they're struggling. That's how I saw it, but I don't see it like that anymore.
Some people can deal with people with mental health issues, and some people know how to be able to talk them down and be able to communicate, and some people can't. And if that's your weakness, where the only thing that you know what to do is to enable it, then you're not helping by being around. And it sounds harsh because everyone wants to try and help people, but not everyone has that wherewithal to do so. If there's someone who you know that's around her who'd be able to probably know how to deal with it better, it'd be better to you step down and maybe tap someone in.
I really would have loved to if I could have gotten contact with like her roommate. I really would have.
Yeah, because the enabling thing, sadly, with people like that, and this isn't a derogatory, this is just how psychosis is with people who are that far gone. Well, people that far gone will see these kind of situations as this is what everyone wants me to do. This is the only way that people will like me if I do all this stuff. And enabling it is only gonna further it. So yeah,
I see that now.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all I have. I'm not coming in here mindlessly fucking around. I just take this stuff seriously, and that's why I wanted to come in here and be just straightforward about it.
All right.
Right. Well, that's fine. I don't see pattern about it, but there you go. PogChamp.
Would I be able to add one more thing, please? Just one thing.
Yep.
When you were talking before and you were explaining how, like, your mindset behind laughing at like random people who cut themselves, I just want you to know that there is like a difference between you described it as like dark humor, but I need you to realize that there is a difference between laughing at dark humor in quotation marks and then laughing at like actual tragedy, because laughing at dark humor is making fun of like dark topics like death, self-harm, blah blah blah. But there's a difference between laughing at things like that and then laughing at it as it's actually happening, because with dark humor it like with dark humor it doesn't like it most of the time it doesn't directly influence one specific person, but with these types of things, like laughing at someone who is cutting themselves in the moment, it doesn't come across as you just laughing at dark humor. It comes across
I wouldn't
as
laugh
you...
at someone if they were self-harming in my presence. I wouldn't do that. If that's what.
Yeah, but
if
I
that's
mean,
the
like,
impression I gave.
if you heard about someone who cut themselves for a reason and then you laughed at that reason, that's not laughing at a dark humor joke. That's hearing about someone's situation and then laughing at them. So I just
My
need you
bad.
to.
I was under the impression that dark humor would be like laughing about making jokes about 9/11 and laughing at 9/11.
One sec, Kumo, could you please let
thing.
Teddy finish? Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, but the thing is, like, just by saying that 9/11 was an entire situation and people make jokes about that, but it's like if someone was it's like singling out one single person from 9/11 and laughing at their thing specifically. Laughing at people who have cut themselves for a specific reason is like I again, I understand that this is Senate and everyone is like, you should really get your fifis out of here or whatever, but there is a oh god, what's the word, there's like a line, I think, that like laughing at someone's reason for self-harm just isn't really, it's not really like the best thing to do. That's not, at that point, it's not dark humor, it's trivializing someone's reason for self-harm. And to put it like clearly, there is no bad reason for self-harm in quotation marks. That it is all just a horrible, terrible thing. And I'm not coming at this from an aggressive point. I really think Erin said most of what I thought. But I just we need you to know that it, like, no one is here being like, you're a horrible, terrible person. We're saying that you've done a horrible, terrible thing, and we want you to understand. Yeah, we want you to understand how, like, how bad that is, and like, was that a horrible, terrible thing? Like, and it made you a horrible, terrible person in the moment. But as long as you are willing to listen and work from it and acknowledge how fucking wretched those actions were. Yeah, I obviously, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but I just think that yeah, sorry, my words are going. I think Erin said something similar, but I've also had a very similar situation to this, and it does stick with you. This types of situation, and I realized that you thought at the time that was a good move, but you need to, like, if people are telling you that was not a good thing to do, it the way I know that you're saying it's not a good thing, and that I acknowledge that you're like acknowledging that was a bad decision, but it is coming across as like, oh yes, that was a bad thing I did, but and I get that no one wants to see themselves as like a bad person for doing like a horrible thing, but we just need you to, like, I hope I'm making sense. I'm sorry, I'm a little incomprehensible. I should have written it down. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. I'm so sorry for rambling at nauseam. I hope that made sense in the fact that, like, it did come across as like it seemed like less and less like you were like, oh, this is a genuinely terrible thing and I feel bad and I'm here to, like, repent and to acknowledge my decisions. And it did start to come across like you were just worried about what you looked like to other people. And I understand that, like, you wanted the context to be there, but when people had the context and were still saying like, no, this was a shitty thing to do, this is extremely serious and you need to take this seriously, it started to come across a tiny bit like you were like you were worrying more about how you were perceived by people than the actual situation at hand. And I'm glad that
Of course, I'm sorry about that too. My bad.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I'm glad that, like, we've had this conversation afterwards, because I mean, like, I'm not perfect. I was fucking steaming. I'm this is obviously a very touchy subject for a lot of people here, and a lot of people have had very, like, similar situations, so it can, it can be really easy to just blow up. And it can also be really easy to just jump to defend yourself because there's a lot of people getting, like, there's a lot of people like being very harsh with you, but I'm just glad that you're now coming around and seeing like kind of the mindset, and I'm glad that you're taking the criticism that was given to you. But yeah, I will say that it was a little like it was not great when Erin was like telling you.
Is that the Black Jew? That
You
might be
shouldn't
the
be
Black
saying
Jew.
this shit, bro. You're gonna get fucking flarted. Guys, can we do some like ancient like ritual to summon in like the Kumo or whatever the fuck his name is?
If we say the N word enough times, he'll show up.
Oh my god. He seems to be a fun person to debate with. Such a fucking loser.
I'll ping him and say, if you join this call, I'll say the N word. Hard off.
I'm sure you're definitely gonna be allowed to stay in the server any like bit fucking longer after you post that. I'm gonna welcome you with open arms, bro.
I mean, Tankfish's server only like
Yeah,
fucking
but
timed me out
Tankfish's
for a
server is
week.
full of like fucking lolicon pedophiles. It is. Why are you laughing?
No, it's laughing because it's shit.
Yeah, it is
I'm just
fucking shit. It's a fucking fat pile of cunt.
You know what? The shit that I said is probably not even as bad as the like stuff that those people in that server wank off to. Um,
Guys, I'm a big fan of
Brian,
Kumo.
yeah.
I don't believe any of the allegations levied against him, and even if it was true, like I don't care because he's my favorite YouTuber. When the
Yeah.
allegations first came around, like I was just shocked because like this isn't the Kumo we know and love.
Mm. The Kumo we know and love that made a video on it. Brian, maybe?
Sugar age is pedophilia. No, that's correct. He's so true when he says that. He's
Yeah, it
definitely
was
not
just so
doing a
basic.
disservice to the definition and warping it. So innocent
Alright,
people.
I'm bored. I'm gonna get food.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
fuck this. I'm on blog TV. I'm leaving.
Mm.
I'm probably gonna speak to like a more lively crowd.
Yeah, where the fuck do you want to go? Well. Mm.
Fucking idiots. Alright, I'm going back to regular table.
I didn't push too hard against them. And I mean,
You
I
should
did
have.
like, I was being rude to them, and I was calling them cringe, and being really condescending to them, and kind of giving them the impression that I didn't approve, or at least trying to give them the
The
impression.
impress.
I was trying to give them that impression. That was what I was when I was being condescending and mean to them. I was trying to give them that impression, but I didn't want to like push
Yeah,
it too
well,
far, and then like there'd be like people taking sides.
yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I've just got to say it. I feel like this is the obvious thing to say, but you should have. Who gives a fuck what some. I mean, these low-life degenerates who are trying to get someone to cut themselves, who gives a fuck what they think, and who gives a fuck about picking sides at that point? You need to be able to put your foot down and tell them no insinuations, no, oh well, I was trying to give the impression. You have to at that point you need to put your foot down and say you need to fucking stop. What you're doing is stupid shitbird scumbag behavior, and you need to cut it the fuck out because someone else's physical health is on the line here, okay? I just need you to know that for the future. That is, I don't like. Yeah, it's always great to be nice and polite, but when in a situation like that serious, it is extremely like necessary for you to put your foot down. That is, it's not. I know you were like panicking, but in that situation, you need to be able to tell people to fucking stop. It's not that's not something like this is not like a silly little drama where oh I don't want to rock the boat. That is a actual serious situation where someone's physical health was on the line, and I'm sorry, I am sorry to say it, but well no, I'm not sorry to say it actually, but you should have done more, and I hope you realize that.
I do.
Okay. I think I think I'm done. Yeah, just like do better. I'm done. So if anyone else wants to say anything,
May I just say a few things? As long as you're done, Sonny.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be brief but succinct. Kumo, look, I don't think you're a terrible person. I don't think you're a horrible guy, but I do believe you do understand, and I think you should absolutely get the point that what you did was, like I said, just extremely poor judgment on that whole situation, handling that. That was awfully handled, and I'm going to be completely blunt on that. And I'm not going to say that you should feel ashamed for it, but you should definitely feel guilt for that because, like Sonny said, you dropped the ball on that whole situation. You dropped the ball in that situation very, very hard. Uh, Now, I understand. You said you were 19, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 19. So I don't know. And again, I don't know who you are. I don't know what your life story is. I don't know anything about you. But I'm going to just assume that you've probably never been in a situation like that before, nor did you ever expect to be in a situation like that. And I understand that you're 19. I know Peaches wasn't going to really give you the benefit of the doubt of being, young and inexperienced, but I'm going to. I believe that when you're put in a situation like that, you are going to do, you have, when you're put in a situation like that, there are two things that could happen to your brain. Either one is that you mature, you either step up and you make the right decision under pressure, or in more inexperienced cases like yourself, not an insult, I'm just saying, but when you are inexperienced like yourself, you are going to make a very rash decision and you're going to make a very, very questionable decision, regardless of whether it's moral or not. You're just trying to stop the situation from getting out of control. What you did was the latter. I personally believe that you were very scared that this person was going to take their life in front of you and that everything you were trying to do during that situation was not working, which is what you described. That you tried to tell them to stop, it didn't work. You did try to say, do you want a suicide hotline number? They didn't want it, didn't work. So, in a state of panic, you made that comment saying, look, if you're going to cut yourself, do it, but just do my name because you don't have to cut yourself, 1,000 times over, whatever the case was. Still, I can sort of understand in that moment of panic where you were coming from, but you have to understand that definitely spelt a lot for your character. That definitely showed that it showed your immaturity. Let's just put it that way. Again, I'm not trying to rip on you. I think, you handled that in, like I said, I think you handled that. Damn fucking notification. Hold on one sec. Okay, there we go. I just think you handle that in a poor way because I do believe you are inexperienced, but you have to understand that is not the way you approach somebody in that type of situation. That is the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do when somebody is spiraling in that manner online in front of people that they don't even know or you don't even know, to tell them, you know what, go ahead, just cut yourself. Just go ahead and do it. And it's not just only there's two aspects of that. There's the moral aspect and the law aspect, and I'll get to the law aspect in a moment. But the moral aspect of it is, if you see somebody in a situation where their life is on the line, where their well-being, whether that be mental well-being, physical well-being, or emotional well-being is on the line, you have a moral obligation to try and stop that, no matter how hard you have to push. And you have to do so in a very, very moral way. I understand that, in some cases, especially in the real world, and I think Lyle has touched on this, previously, and I think other situations, but there are instances where you do have to resort to violence to do the moral thing. That was not the case in this situation. What you should have done, and this is from my personal experience having to deal with situations like that, you should have stuck true to your ground and you should have issued an ultimatum. Unfortunately, even though it sounds, a little bit brash to say ultimatum, but that's what you should have done. You should have said, look, here's what I want you to do. Either you get into a call with me in private and we could work this out, or I'm going to have to take I'm going to have to take the matter of finding out who you are, where you live, and having the police call to do a wellness check on you. I am not going to risk you hurting yourself, and I'm not going to risk you doing damage to yourself in a physical or mental way. So that's one of two things that's going to happen. Either you get into a call with me and we can work this out, or I'm going to have to find out who you are and then, send the police out for a wellness check. That would have been much better in that instant, in that situation than saying, you know what, just go ahead and cut yourself, but do it with my name. That's just, I know it's hindsight. I know it's past that point now. It's, in the past, unfortunately, but you have to understand that was the wrong thing to do what you did. And I just want to hammer that in. The second aspect I wanted to cover was the legal aspect. So, say you were in that call, and this has happened before. Say you were in that call, and this person, did unfortunately cut themselves. However, the situation and the outcome was much worse. Let's say this person, you know, either severely damaged themselves or inadvertently killed themselves, depending on how much they cut and how much blood they lost. If that call was recorded, and if somebody wanted to press charges and see exactly what happened, you could be culpable for that crime. You could be pointed at as not only just a witness, but a possible co-conspirator in the crime. This has happened before, by the way, in the United States. I believe there was a case in Massachusetts a long time ago where there were two college kids, and they were both in a relationship. The female of that relationship was in a situation where they told their, I guess, partner to kill themselves, and it was said repeatedly over and over and over again. And the partner did it. You know what happened to the female in that situation? She was charged with manslaughter and convicted. So I'm not saying that's that's you know what's going to happen to you, through and throughout. I'm saying that something like that could happen because you were there and you did nothing to stop it. And by you saying, you should go and cut yourself, but just do it with my name, could be seen as aiding and abetting, or not aiding and abetting, I apologize, but as potential manslaughter should this person have died from their injuries. So that's just what I'm trying to say. You need to exercise better judgment. I understand, and I'm very glad that you are taking responsibility and accountability for what happened. I am glad you are taking the steps to apologize, and you will be apologizing to that person for using that image as a banner, whether that it was for a second, a minute, or a day or two, or for a week. But in the future, what we're just trying to say is this: you need to exercise better judgment when it comes to approaching these situations, because chances are you may find yourself in that situation again, and you might be the only person that somebody could reach out to, and you need to be firm to your beliefs, and you need to stand yourself up as a role model and say, listen, don't do it. Get in call with me. We can work this out. You need to be the adult here. You need to exercise better judgment. You better be thankful that that girl did not die, because it could have been so much worse, not just for her, but for you. And that's what we're trying to get through to you. You need to be better, and you need to do better as a human being. That's all.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to go ahead. One more thing I want to add on to the back of that. I'm not pissed off at you. Nobody here is angry at you. People are disappointed with what you said. You have to understand, and I hope you understand that. It's your responsibility to understand that they are disappointed, and you need to understand why they were disappointed. You need to make sure that shit does not happen again.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone else has anything else to say, unless I'm stupid. Sorry, I just ran back upstairs. But I think, like, to kind of put a topper on it, essentially, you just need to, like, you need to do better. I know you came in here, like, taking accountability for your actions and stuff, and that is a good step in the right direction. I think you just need to work on that accountability, because obviously, like I said before, there are certain parts where you seem to be pushing back a bit and caring more about like how you looked rather than like, you know, the actual situation. But all in all, like, you know, Sasu's right. I don't think anyone outright hates you and wants you, like, you know, to fuck off and never come back. I think we're all just, you know, disgusted by your actions, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because frankly, I think you should be disgusted by your own actions as well, you know? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so. Like, Kumo, you already kind of know my takes on it. I told you it the first time we spoke about that shit, right? Although one thing Aaron didn't manage to convey, that I think I'll convey better, is how you having that banner came across, right? It's something that I think needs to be explained. We didn't just, like, I'm not saying that is exactly how you intended it. I have to specify that. I don't want you thinking I'm saying that. I'm saying that the way it came across, the way it looked to outsiders, would be that you are bragging. Can you hear me, Kumo? Or
Yeah, I'm listening.
it came across as bragging. And that was my issue with the first time I saw it, because I saw it and I immediately just went, "What the fuck?" Because no context, there is just this frankly disgusting image, and it just came across as bragging. Now, I just wanted to make sure you understood that part, because that is something important.
Hello.
You may not have lab not now. Now this is a serious one. You may not have intended it to be bragging. You may not have intended it to be more than just, as you stated yourself, pleasing your friend, was it? Like, I want to go by your phrasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to outsiders, that's how it came across. Yeah. Just thought I'd mention it because I don't know. You seem to not be picking that up, right? Other than that, I've got nothing else to say. And frankly, man, I think you need to just step back, drink something hot, because don't think there's much else to say. I haven't heard the full call, and I hope to be able to hear it fully when it comes out, because I'm missing a lot of context. Everything's being said here that I have not heard personally, so I cannot make my opinion on it. And so that is me stepping back. Thanks for listening. So nobody else has anything to say? That's what I'm hearing.
Run back up. Yeah, run back upstairs.
Why are you fucking running?
I think who is shaking
we have
maracas?
someone.
Please
I
stop
think
shaking
everyone
maracas.
said what they needed to say.